All right, and we are back once again here at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I am the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, and a damn handsome man, Jack E. Jones, along with my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, the enforcer of the Headyverse. Where the hell is he? I think he's off mowing a lawn or something. You know, we only do the show the same night, the same time every week for like 10 years. You'd think you'd free up the schedule. But anyway, I'm live here. You fine folks want to tune in, go over to the Facebook group page. If you're watching here on the Facebook already, it's the live stream. You can come on and join in via Zoom. It's going to be a good time. Good time. All right, so I don't know what's going on. Incher, he's off mowing lawns, taking a dump, doing something. But anyway, I'm here, Jackie Jones, talk about the wrestling. So this week, what was going on in wrestling? Hell if I know, but I did watch some AEW, and that's wrestling. I was a huge fan of the show this week. I thought it was top-notch stuff, to be honest. Really dug it. The opening of the show itself was one of the best segments in recent memory in wrestling. So you had Cody Rhodes, who's the TNT champion, and he has his open challenge going on. And and he's in the ring with Arn Anderson. And who comes out? Eddie Kingston. Great promo guy. I would think one of the best untapped indie guys out there. I know he had like a stint in TNA and Power, but to most of the audience, they don't know the guy. You have an instant storyline right there that he's this veteran independent wrestler, and this is possibly his last shot at stardom. And bam, he told the story right away, comes out, starts cutting the promo. He has lots of fire, tells a story. You have sympathy for the guy. See, someone's saying a shit match. I'm very surprised by that. Even people who don't like AEW, like Old Man Cornette, he was really putting over the match. I thought it was a great match. Great promo, good all-around stuff. Maybe the finish kind of comes out of nowhere, but it was right up my alley. I know some people had problems with the thumbtacks. I do not. It's a kind of match I like. It's more of a wrestling match. Eddie Kingston is a brawler who's wasn't just a bunch of flips. It was what I would think of as a good wrestling match. I'm surprised that some of the people here, well, one person is not liking it, but I loved it. Great stuff. Great opening to the show. One of the best segments on the show, and I think they did a really good job. Even though Kingston loses, it definitely made him a star right away, and I'd like to see more of him. And he's a guy I hope they sign, which I think they will. Al Oob says he sold his wrestling boots in order to pay his mortgage. It's just a little thing they threw in there. It's fine with that. I realized when I heard his promo the Power never utilized him to his full extent. I never saw a lot of Power, so I'm not sure what he was doing there, but I could believe it. Alb says, I'm sure Excel was supposed to say rent. These kind of things don't bother me so much. It's just a little flub line. Cornette is a worthless blowhard. I kind of agree with that. But anyway, I love the match. I love the segment. Good stuff. Looks like Intra's making it here. Let's see. We got a waiting room full of participants. There he is. You awake, boy?
Yeah, I'm awake. Did you start already? You got the song man here.
So, Boom, Josiah just joined the same time as you did.
Oh, did he?
What is up, everyone?
Hey, song man.
So I said, this is In Your Head. It's Jackie Jones, right-hand man. Who the hell are you, boy?
I'm song man.
Dongman and John. So I Big Vic and Steven today.
Hell yeah. There we go.
There we go.
1-inch biceps, the power goat.
Whatever happened to the old inch Judd that we knew before back in the day when he was the hip-hop man?
Man,
not this. Not this again.
He's putting you over, Inch. He likes the Inch Man.
He likes the other Inch Man, the one, the alternate me. The me from another universe.
We know and respect the Inch. No matter what, you're still the man, doing whatever you can for In Your Head.
Oh, I thank you, sir.
The one Inch Nation. He's like our former guest, OWN. I've got my Big Bacon shirt on.
Oh, yeah, good.
He's an indie wrestler that I met.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning him.
So I thought I'd wear a shirt today. So I'm just putting over this amazing segment. Maybe you won't like it. Maybe you'll like this asshole in the chat. But I love this Eddie Kingston segment. I think, bam, they really made him look like a star right away. He comes out there, tells a nice story. His last shot. That's a great match with Cody. Hope they sign him. Good stuff.
I like the Eddie Kingston segment. I thought I've known for years that he's a great talker, and I just always wished he had an area where he could showcase that. Mm-hmm. But I think he got to do that on last week's episode of AEW.
I agree. I think he's one of the best untapped indie guys out there. That's really not. I know he was in TNA for a while in Power.
Yeah.
I think to a lot of the audience, he's a guy that we haven't really seen. Really get out there. So I think that's a perfect guy for AEW.
Mm-hmm.
He's very real.
I think some people had a little bit of a problem with the thumbtack spot. Like maybe they thought it was a little too violent, but I'm fine with that stuff.
I like that stuff too.
It was good.
Yeah.
He's trying to do something desperate. I get if you break it down, but if you break down everything in wrestling, most of it makes no sense. So, Irish whipping people and then bouncing back. So
you get to the point to where there's no return and none of it works.
Right. So would landing on thumbtacks knock you out? No, but it's a cool spot. I like it. So I don't watch it thinking it's all real. So yeah, I love that segment. I thought it was great.
Yeah, and like you said, it told a good story where he came out and he was saying like, "This is my time now," and he kind of made fun of Arn a little bit, and said that he sold his boots just to like pay his house off, or not pay it off, but like to make his house payment, and all that stuff. So yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I was into it. I really thought this was a good episode of the AEW all around. That was like top stuff. I thought of that segment. MJF wrestled Job Dude. That was fun. I mean, I'm fine with. I thought there for a while they were doing too many job matches, but I think one or two a week is totally fine because it helps keep your established guys over without having to do like either a bunch of competitive matches or job out like some of your talent that's on there every week.
Yeah. Marty Van Buren says Kingston should manage a stable and wrestle occasionally.
I'm good with him being a wrestler. I think he's a realistic wrestler.
I will say,
like a tough guy. He's got a big belly, but
well, maybe Impact had him sell his vest that he had. I don't know, to pay his house off, but like I think he should bring back the vest because I think that was like the perfect thing for him because it worked really well. It was kind of like a D'Lo Brown kind of thing, or maybe D'Lo just took it back.
Some actually agree with Jim Cornette. I think it kind of works for him. I don't think because nothing about him do I think, oh, this guy couldn't beat somebody up.
Mm-hmm.
He's out of shape, but I do think he could work on the belly. But it does at the same time. It doesn't really bother me that much. Honestly, a lot of the physique stuff isn't a big deal to me. Never really was, as a wrestling fan as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But he does look like a tough guy. I could totally buy that he'd be beating somebody up in an alley or something. And he's not, a small guy, even though he's not a very well-built guy. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'd like to see more of him. Hope they sign him.
Yeah, I hope they bring him in, and I thought that was a good showcase to have him like the first match and kind of shock everybody so everybody could see him. And Cody going all out and, having a good match with him, I think helps too. I also kind of thought maybe it might have been something to kind of answer the NXT, the ratings being putting kind of the hit on AEW a little bit. Maybe they could pick it up a little bit with a good, strong match to start out with. I thought last week, the week before that, where Sonny Kiss came out and faced Cody right out of the get-go.
I thought that really put over Sonny Kiss as a...
it kind of felt like the way after they beat him with the Great American Bash. Wasn't that 2 weeks after when the NXT beat them?
Yeah, they've been beating for a couple weeks now.
Yeah, I thought that kind of felt like it when they did the thumbtacks to prove it. They were better to open up the show.
I was glad because Sonny Kiss hasn't been presented as like a serious wrestler so much. And I was glad. I was happy with that match because he's got a lot of charisma, which I knew. And I didn't know if he could really have a great match or not. But him and Cody, I thought was really really good stuff. And this was one that I heard Cornette going off on. And I hate the rag on Cornette, but not a lot of people have been talking about this one. But I thought it was one of the worst videos I've ever seen of Cornette because it was just like the definition of being a homophobe. He was just like, they shouldn't have this guy and have him as a babyface. He should be out there and because the fans want to boo him because he's gay. Is basically what he's saying. And I'm like, dude, this isn't like the 50s. I think people
you can't get out of that old school way of thinking. I mean,
and when they have a crowd, he's over. So
yeah, he's a very fun character to have around on the show and everything. And
I like this Cody thing where he takes guys that you might not. I do get the idea that if you do that every week, when someone does really push them to the limit, maybe it doesn't matter, because if everyone's doing it, but. It's worked so far to me.
I don't know if they've signed the man yet or not, but I think they should probably right that wrong where they had him job on AEW Dark. I mean, they should have probably brought him on to maybe face Cody, I thought, for the
I think he's a guy you could
Brian Pillman Jr.
Or like what they did with Starks, they put him in with the Brian Cage and Taz group. He's a guy you could do something with. To me, that there might be something more there that maybe he's not available for them to sign. But I wouldn't have just had him debut in it and get beat. I don't think that makes a lot of sense because he's a guy that could be a star. He's a guy I actually saw him live at the show I saw Big Bacon at, and he really comes. He has a lot of star power.
Yeah, so maybe it's a thing where they can't sign him or something, like they can't get him into a full-time contract. Right. I don't know.
You would think they would even have him on the match. Why would he agree to just go out there and do a job?
Just job.
If he's not even going to go there. It's weird. But yeah, I agree. That's
maybe they're just testing him to see if he'd do it. They like to test people.
I'm fine in theory with a women's tag tournament. But I don't think AEW really has the roster to pull this off unless they get some other people. Because they have a handful of women I think are good. I don't totally hate the women's division like a lot of the internet fans for AEW. But I don't think they have enough to have a singles division and a tag division.
Oh, I love a lot of their talent. I'm a big fan of Shida.
I think she's
Hikaru awesome. Shida. I think she's great. I like Nyla Rose. I think Nyla Rose is a good addition. I really like how she comes out and she has a very good character where she, she's just so gritty, and just mean. And I think that's a pretty good.
I think the pairing with her and Guerrero is good.
Mm-hmm. Britt Baker, though she's kind of taken out right now, I do enjoy her bits where she's passing notes back and forth with Tony Schiavone.
Right.
You enjoy that one song, man?
Yeah, she's definitely a favorite on TV right now before she gets cleared up. She's doing a terrific job for her.
She was looking pretty rough last week because she had facial reconstruction surgery or something.
Don't count me out again. I am Michael Jordan.
Yeah. She's she's claiming to be the Michael Jordan of AEW. So I thought that was, because Michael Jordan would never come on and just be like, well, I'm the greatest basketball player ever. So I thought it was a good heel move to kind of just claim that you're the Michael Jordan of AEW.
What do you think, Songman? Because you watch more independent women wrestling than either Intra and I do. Are there any other women out there that's not signed by any company that you think AEW could bring in? I think one of the obvious ones, Tessa Blanchard.
Well, yeah, I know a lot of people are bitching and complaining about the other situation. How is she going to get booked if they bring her in?
I'm a little sour on her now, too. I mean, I listened to Cornette's thing about how she's not, she asked for so much, like, what was it?
Like $150,000.
$150,000 just to get their belt. I mean, if I'm another company and I hear that she's given this company that hard of a time, and it's not apparent what exactly went wrong here. I mean, I don't know if there's issues that haven't been brought, to our attention, but I'm just looking at her like, would I want to hire her for my company if she's giving this other company such a bad time, She's holding their belt for ransom in a sense. I mean, that's not good to be doing that.
Yeah, I know there are tons of them, like you said, Jackie, but I don't necessarily know who would be good at this time of the year right now, as you know what I mean, because there's tons of them that I know that are definitely worthy. I mean, I'm not taking it everyone that has left WWE, but there's still plenty of them that are independent to get that on. They're working right now. So I can just go on and on, but I know for sure they got a good thing, and like you put up briefly about the tag team division, I don't know if there's necessarily anything like the WWE had. They didn't have that many when they tried to doing that right now. I don't know if this is going to work like WWE started with theirs.
Yeah, it's kind of like in WWE. I know they have now the one's gone, but a lot of times they'll just have like one team or maybe two teams, and then that's just whoever fights for the tag belts in WWE. Yeah. But if you're going to outdo the belts, you need like an actual division. Otherwise, you just end up with two teams fighting for the belt, and then it doesn't really mean a lot. I really enjoyed the Young Bucks and Butcher and Blade Falls Count Anywhere match. I know. I thought this was just a fun time. Like I know some of it's a little silly. Again, that doesn't bother me in wrestling. I didn't think anything was like really stupid that took me out of it. I just thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was
a lot of wild moves. It was a good time to me.
Started from the kitchen and they brawled all the way to the other side of the arena, and then into the actual wrestling portion of the arena. But yeah, it was fun. What do you think about the Mud Show sign in the back of the truck?
I thought that was hilarious.
Every time I see the Young Bucks, they totally bring back the old school era. If you know, but when it was way on the top, they really feel like they're back in the old school whenever they're performing. No matter what match they're in, they always bring it like to the old school era when it was way on top for tag team division.
I thought this show overall really had a Nitro vibe to me when Nitro was doing really well, because you had so many different things, different styles. You had like this fun Falls Count Anywhere tag match. You had the more serious Cody versus Eddie Kingston match. Then you had like the tag team match at the end that incorporated some stories with returns of people and some promos and stuff. So you had kind of like a mix of different styles and stuff going on. And that's what I like in my wrestling. I like some different. I don't like everything to be deadly serious. I don't want everything to be really silly either. But if you have a little bit of silliness within reason in the show, I think it just adds to the fun appeal.
Yeah.
And I like Butcher and Blade. I like their new look, where they're just the white looks, because there's so many people all in black. Now you got a couple guys all dressed in white.
Was there like a storyline on Dark or whatever for the Bunny to leave that team?
I'm not really sure. I don't watch Dark. We should ask Jason, because Jason's a big Dark aficionado.
And that's the thing I don't understand either. She's been doing this for over 10 years, and I'm surprised they're not. Well, she was scheduled, if I'm not mistaken, 2 weeks ago.
She's going to be tagging now with
Brandy.
Yeah. So I guess they'll probably win. Well, I don't know if they'll win, but they'll probably.
They have like an Odd Fellows kind of team going on where they don't necessarily get along with each other, and
You're not real big. I like Brandy if she's just kind of. I don't really like her incorporated in a lot of the stories. I don't think she's a good performer. I'm fine with her when she's just with Cody or something, but I don't know if she has it to really be an on-air, like, weekly performer. I really didn't like her when she was the manager, and I don't really know about her as a full roster wrestler.
I don't mind like her backstage segments and stuff, or like her just doing a promo or something. But her as a wrestler, not so much. She
talking about Bunny?
Too natural yet. Brandy.
Oh,
Brandy
okay.
Rhodes.
No, I like the bunny. I think she has a lot of personality and charisma.
Yeah, she's done really terrific on the independent circuits for years. She's definitely one of the top stars. That's the only one I'm worried about. Like, I don't know why they're not doing anything with her. They're managing over the whole time being there.
I'm glad she's doing all right after getting stabbed with that Freddy glove on Impact. So.
Oh, actually, you brought up earlier about who they should bring in. Well, she's in TNA, first of all, but it wouldn't be bothering to see Kimberly brought in because she was a longtime partner of hers before she got brought.
Kimberly?
Yep.
Kimberly Page?
No, Kimberly. Remember, she was in the Mae Young Classic. She lasted way too short for a cup of coffee in NXT.
Oh, yep. I see. So that's somebody you're recommending that AEW look at?
Yeah, they were tag team partners for a long time on the independent circuit, so that one will be a very interesting one.
Okay.
TNA lets her go.
Yeah.
Jason says Impact has the best women's division in wrestling. I don't know about that.
I've got to start watching Impact again. It's hard for me to squeeze more crowdless wrestling into my diet, but
yeah,
I'm going to try to make the attempt to start watching Impact again because
I came home last night and Raw was on, so I tried to watch some of it.
Oh.
And it has not improved since last time. I haven't watched it since WrestleMania, so I watched, I don't know, not very much of it. It's not gotten any better.
I've watched the last week and SmackDown from last week. I haven't watched this current week. I'll probably be watching it soon.
It was that redheaded dude, and he was wrestling one of the Mexican guys.
Yeah.
And, nothing against them, because they were having a good match, but I did think this is why no one watches this. Who the hell are these guys? But that may be on me because I don't watch the show.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who you're talking about. Redheaded guy. Only other redheaded guy I know is Sheamus, but
no, he used to be with Seth Rollins for a little bit. Buddy Murphy.
Oh, Murphy?
He's just Murphy now, I guess.
He's not with Seth Rollins no more?
He wasn't on here, I don't know. And he wrestled the guy that the Mexican got the dimples.
I know his name.
Yeah, I mean they were technically was good. I just wasn't interested. And then they did. Was it? I just stopped watching because it was Drew McIntyre against Dolph Ziggler again. They just wrestled.
Yeah.
And in that match, they said that Drew McIntyre is defending his belt at the next pay-per-view, someone else. So I'm like, well, what's the point of this match? We know Dolph's not winning because he's defending his belt against.
They should have threw in if he gets past Dolph Ziggler. Or was it a non-title match? Maybe,
but I didn't care. I mean, nothing.
No, I think
Dolph Ziggler's
line.
talented, but you can't just not push a guy. You can't just on and off push someone. Treat him as a complete nobody, and then every couple months, he's a main event guy. I know.
Yeah.
Humberto, that's it.
Humberto Carrillo, yeah.
Right.
I couldn't think of if I would have thought of one name, I would have eventually got it, but I couldn't.
Marty Van Buren says, much like the blue guy, removing WWE from your life removes a lot of shit.
So is Marty not a fan of the blue guy?
I guess not.
I know what Marty meant by
that. Intro and Marty.
I don't even know who Marty is.
That's pretty easy. Isn't it?
Who's Marty then? You know who he is? Jason Mitten.
Humberto did his best
Man.
El Matador Tito Santana impression this week. Did he really? Is that really a guy you want to impersonate? I'm the new El Matador. Tito Santana, on the other hand, great wrestler, a lot of longevity, but the El Matador run, not the best Tito Santana run. Big El Matador fan.
I'm the biggest. What did you think about the big reveal that Sammy Guevara wasn't.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get to the Lance Archer thing. I saw some people bitching about. I mean, I couldn't understand a word he said either, but I still did like seeing him just beating the hell out of everybody. But
I love the move where he grabbed the guy and he threw him through the drop ceiling.
Yeah, I loved just seeing him throwing people. That was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I was into that. I couldn't understand what he said, but it also didn't bother me.
If the blue guy came through my door right now, I would try to incorporate that into.
Really?
Yes, I'd try to throw him through my drop ceiling.
Man,
just grab him and throw him through it. Of course, I wouldn't want him to hit any of the vintage games that are worth a lot of money, but I'd first have to be like, "Who are you?" And then, "Oh, you're the blue guy." And then we just have to
big hug, don't you?
Yeah, just like it'd be like Eric Bischoff coming to WWE for the first time. It's like, what are they going to do? What could happen? Oh, they just hug.
Right.
Big disappointment.
All these years of like people wanting to see this forever. Boom. Let's just ruin it.
Let's just ruin this angle right from the get-go.
If we did a live video where we meet again for the first time, televised in years, what do you think the fans want to see? Do they want to see Jack and Incher embrace? Do they want to see hatred?
I think. I don't know. What do you want to see, Sam?
I don't know. I have to see which one's going to be pushing on this one for the intro that we are going to want to see face Jackie Jones for this one. That's the only thing I'm still wondering if it's still this one or the past healthier one.
Who do you think would win, Songman?
I would say the man with the bones, and that's Jackie Jones.
Boom!
Look at that gun. Look at that gun, Songman.
Songman knows.
You're only Victor would have to be here for the bell to see who's gonna be put straight into hell, because we're gonna be seeing who's gonna get the match first by ringing the bell. Because I gotta see who's gonna be having the best mic skills and the best ring skills in the ring after that ding ding ding.
Ding ding ding. It's all over with, Jack.
Playing with his ding-a-ling. Jason says he just wants to see us start banging.
Well, Jason's just, he's a little weird. What's the matter with your young boy? Like, what's his deal? Matthew Clutter never goes on about stuff like this. He's always...
Yeah, but don't even know who that is, so...
He's my young boy. He is Brian Matthew Clutter. And he's the best.
Who? Is he really...
He's better than your young boy. Your young boy's just like... Oh,
Brian Clutter?
I'm 1 inch positive.
No, he's the headless critic.
I'll type on the computers. I make reviews about movies. He's no Brian Matthew Clutter.
I don't think Brian Matthew Clutter's been quoted on movie posters.
Doesn't matter. Is that how you gauge your importance to society? As if you're on a movie picture, Jack? I think there's something wrong with you, sir. I see a man who's out there. He's loving on his wife. He's having babies. He's making a difference in the world. He is sending me books.
Wait a minute.
Free books, which I enjoy.
Yeah, well, first you're just worried about getting free items, but so this guy's
how often do you tell your young boy
quote making babies, and he's like, hey, dear, I'll be right back. I've got to go.
Jack's just all like,
wash one.
Are you on a movie poster? Do you know Joe Bob Briggs? You're just a star fucker. That's what you
know
are.
Who Joe Bob Briggs is, don't you, Songman?
Be known as.
Yeah, what was that? Didn't hear you.
You know who Joe Bob Briggs is, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
You know who's in a movie with Joe Bob Briggs?
You know who is that? That would be you.
Boom! Cryptids coming out.
Yes. So I gotta make sure the Incher's gonna get the next poster for this one. Maybe it's gonna be Incher Boy, not Playboy. Incher in your head, boy.
There you go.
Okay. Yo. We're gonna see what's gonna be next for Incher to do, because he's been keeping this up as the man on the air that everyone loves to share with his stuff. So that means gotta see how big and tough you are for in your head to get this thing next for a poster. Like, I'm still waiting for his. I've seen, like you said briefly, about Jackie.
Look at your young boy here in the chat room. He's ate up with this sickness too. He's like a star fucker as well. He's like, I'm in the opening scene of a movie that'll be released next year.
He is. You know who's also in that
He's
movie?
A regular Leonardo DiCaprio here. He's like, look at me. I'm Mr. Hollywood.
You know who produced that movie?
You? Oh, okay.
You know who's in that movie playing himself?
Me.
You know who's in that movie playing themselves? It's kind of like, oh, gee, I don't know.
Boom! Also, Michael the Greasy Strangler himself is in that film.
No.
Bill Whedon from a lot of the Trauma films and Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD. It's pretty good times.
If you
John
could get
Dugan is in the movie, Grandpa from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep.
Dan Yeager, who played Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw 3D, is in it. Mark Patton, who was Jesse in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. Lots of horror icons in the movie.
Look at Brian Matthew Clutter here. He's like, to be fair, I impregnated that lady 3 times with no problems
to be
whatsoever.
Fair, we had to use in vitro fertilization because my hoo-ha.
That's not what I read. You're not reading the right chat room. What chat room are you in, Jack?
But he also adds, I'm not sure that West Virginia even believes in science. That's a hell of a young boy you have there. Really putting you over.
We're going to have to work on his young boy skills, that's for sure, yeah. What the hell? Jeez, he's no better than you, Song Man. He's like, I'm trying to make him a part of the show here, and he's no better than you. You call it and give me crap.
That's what it's been for you briefly, not from the one we remember briefly.
Man. So yeah, what else was on this show? Evilise Diamante. That's 2 new women wrestlers too.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, Diamante, I saw her in Impact Wrestling for when she was with the new LAX. But the other girl, Evilise, she was a former Tough Enough contestant, and she was on Lucha Underground. So very good talent.
Yeah, so that's good 2 pickups, I think, for AEW in the women's division. Hangman versus 5, that's what it was. And main event, which was very fun and especially very memorable for the return of Sammy Guevara, which I'm very happy about. I know some people are mad. They said, they shouldn't have brought him back so soon, but he was suspended for a month without pay.
No pay.
I think that's fine. I don't know. How long do people want him gone for the rest of his life? What
I mean, yeah, he's suspended for a while, and this was comments made years ago. But I mean, I think he, learned his lesson. I would say.
Yeah, I think it was fine. He apologized. She accepted the apology. Yeah, they suspended him. Now he's back.
Let's move on.
I don't think people need to be gone for eternity.
Glad he's back.
Yeah.
He's good with Jericho. Jericho works well with all those guys.
Oh, yeah. He was really missing from the show, in my opinion. He really adds a lot. It's a good pairing.
Yeah.
Jericho helped elevate him, but I think he also adds a lot to the whole group, the inner circle. I don't think Jericho's quite as good without him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little sex god. We got a Jason Voorhees theme going on here.
Yeah, I got my Jason shirt on here. Shaheen's got his Camp Crystal Lake shirt on. That's pretty cool. Steven, where's your Camp Crystal Lake shirt?
Yeah, I think I have one from Ari Lehman
He's got one from the first Jason himself.
Yeah.
Which is
I could go and put it on.
Yes, go put it on.
Fortunately, I've got this. So.
No, I don't worry. I'm not worried about your Saturday Night Live shirt. Go put on your Ari Lehman shirt.
I gotta find it.
Now,
I have to right now.
Yes, he has to right now.
Yeah.
Songman, you got a Friday 13th shirt?
Oh yeah. And that's what I don't have right now.
Okay. I won't bother you that much, Songman.
No.
Songs.
Pretty much yours is better, even though. And
Thank you. So that's a compliment from the Songman.
Oh, there you go.
For the first time, thank you, Songman.
I have Jason shirts too. I go and a hat, but
Well, go put them on.
I'm not listening to you, bitch.
Why are you trying to get him to strip in front of you, dude?
I want him to go put his Friday 13th shirt on. Just because I don't.
You gonna make it rain for me?
I like making people do stuff. No. I don't think I have any dollar bills in my wallet at the moment.
I'll take hundreds.
Yeah. I don't have any hundreds.
If we go to a cashless society, how are strip clubs gonna work? There you go, first Jason.
There you go. First Jason.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Stephen.
Can you play the guitar?
That's what Ari Lehman plays. Yeah.
One of our, I think the first year we did the show, he was on.
Mm-hmm. So since Stephen, he's a good boy, he went and changed his shirt just to match in with the theme.
I would
tonight.
say, Stephen, you're a good man. But, Intra might just not respect you as much as other hosts here on the show.
He's just trying to win you over, Stephen. Don't listen to his pandering. Stephen, I want to hear what's on your mind since you obeyed my orders.
Look at this guy.
Yes, as a matter of fact, for the first time in several months, if not years.
Fucking wasted on power.
For the first time in months, if not years, I watched a full 2-hour episode of Impact this week.
Oh my goodness, you did.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Why? You really have no life.
I'm
sure it's fantastic.
I'm thinking about getting back into it, Steven.
I'm a big fan of the Pro Wrestling Crate from Pro Wrestling Tees. They're not paid or anything, but it's very fun. It's like Christmas every month. You get a box, you open it up, you get 2 T-shirts, autographed, one of their action figure micro brawlers, a pin, and it's honestly it's like $20 shipping. It's a great deal. I decided to open it live on video this week, and the theme was Impact. I was just like, what the fuck?
No, what a waste of $20.
I was like, I don't even know who these people are. But it was kind of funny, though, because half of them were just old DCW guys. So I was like, well, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's Tommy Dreamer and Rhino and RVD. That's all right. Then it was like these people I didn't even know who they were. I was like, oh, who this is.
Here's this Trey Miguel 8x10. You're welcome.
But yeah, the 8x10 was Rhino, so it was cool. And the figure was a bloodied Tommy Dream with the kendo stick, so that was cool. And one of the tees was RVD, so that was cool. And then the other one was Impact and had like all the people on, which actually was a nice shirt, but I didn't know like 90% of the people. I was like, oh, I don't know these guys. And IWC was the pin, which I didn't realize that was like a group. And then it was a comic book, which actually did look pretty funny, but it was like with the Valkyrie or something.
Taya Valkyrie.
Right.
Yeah.
Jack, do you get the pro wrestling loot?
No, I've never got that one.
Oh, okay. I do all their stuff every month. So
really?
Anybody that gets, I do their T-shirts and their monthly
cool.
Posters.
I like that kind of stuff in general. I think they're fun.
I'm doing my own. I'm gonna be launching it by the end of the year because I do a lot of their designs, and I'm like, it's kind of stupid. Like I see my shirts everywhere and stickers, and I'm like, I don't want to just do it myself. Like I have the printer for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't print T-shirts, but stickers and posters and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I'll just do it myself.
Yeah, you
probably set up like a silk screening thing.
Yeah, or get a deal with somebody.
Yeah.
Right. And like I have, and sometimes I do these signings so I can get the autographs like wholesale. You know what I mean? So it just kind of makes sense to do that. So
yeah, I just think they're fun.
Yeah. I'll send you guys some free ones, man. If you want to review it and stuff, I'll send you some monthly free ones. You too, Intro. You'll get some free shit, man. I won't forget.
Well, thank you, Shaheen. I appreciate that.
Yeah, put it on your YouTube, man.
Yeah.
I'll watch your 48-minute review of the pro wrestling, whatever it's going to be called. Yeah.
Pro wrestling what?
I don't know yet. We haven't come up with a name yet.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to do the gimmick box.
Microwave it though, Incher.
Yeah, don't do that.
Or put it in the oven.
Yeah.
I put this one shirt in the microwave, but I put this one shirt in the oven. Let me see how they turn out.
I normally just stick with food items that I put in the microwave.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought maybe you put a duck hunt in the nuke.
No. Duck hunt wouldn't go well in the microwave, I don't think.
Put the
Ryan
keychain in the microwave.
Says hello from Atlanta.
Hello, Ryan. Ryan Howell.
Brian Matthews
Thurston Howell
says maybe the trampoline guy is the friend is the friends we make along the way.
I don't know who the trampoline guy is.
He was on I think the first show we both did together. He was a caller. It was like
yeah. Where'd that guy go?
So Steven, I'm sorry to interrupt you. So this Impact, were you loving it? Did it set your world on fire?
Well, I have to be honest. I was somewhat disappointed.
Really? Interesting.
Somewhat, upset. Yes.
I can't be upset because I haven't seen it, but
yeah, he's always telling everybody watch this, and you don't even.
So I finally watched it. Yes, and I'll skip right to the main event. The Motor City Machine Guns won the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles, and what I noticed mostly about this match was Josh Matthews doing his best Vince McMahon 1980s play-by-play calling.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed he was doing his own, almost like Vince McMahon near-fall calls. Do those.
They had Josh Matthews and his wife with him there for a little while.
Yes. Yeah.
Are they still doing the commentary?
They're still doing the commentary. Yeah.
Yeah, not good.
Madison Rain.
Yeah. I mean, they're all right, but I mean, I greatly prefer Don being on the commentary with Josh because I thought he made him a lot better. So, I don't know if I'm going to watch it. Anything else you remember from the show other than Josh Matthews' terrible commentary?
The Good Brothers debuted as baby faces.
Did they?
They had these two guys who I'd never heard of before come out, confront the Good Brothers, and the Good Brothers beat the crap out of them.
Mm-hmm.
But it almost seemed like they should have. I mean, it wasn't my opinion. Again, they should have debuted the same way they did in WWE, where they just come in and beat the crap out of people during, and
I didn't watch it, so I don't know how it went. But I think bring him in as baby faces is the way to go because the crowd are going to really be behind. I mean, you don't have a crowd at the moment, but the fans watching at home are going to be people that are behind them and also think they got screwed over by WWE. Yeah. So I think bringing.
They were in the main event with the Undertaker at a WrestleMania, so they were part of it.
I mean, they were there. That's like saying we bring in like one of the Druids. Nothing against them because they have their fan base, but that'd be like saying one of the Druids that like was like part of the streak or something.
No, they were part of the match. They wrestled. He beat up on them. What's that smug about? They were in the match. They're not. A Druid was just a guy who walked out.
Look, I'm not a huge fan of the team, but I think they got royally screwed over by WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You don't promise someone a 7-year contract and beg them to stay with your company and then fire them in 90 days. That shouldn't be legal. What the hell's the point of the contract? It's completely one-sided. You have to stay there, but they don't have to abide by it. So how is it any benefit to you?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Man. So what else is going on?
Oh, Eric Young.
I saw a photo. It was like all these guys, and I'll be honest. It did make me like want to root for these guys to do well because it was a group of all the guys, and they said, we're all together now, and like this is what we devoted our life to, and we're trying to do something good. And I was like,
yeah,
no, you can't, shit on that. That's cool.
Didn't they actually do the same thing they did with us, AEW, by effing Vince? Didn't they both give the finger to him?
Yeah, they're all giving the finger. I saw one person said, "Hey, Machine Gun Kelly," or whatever the hell his name. He's not Machine Gun Kelly, but
Machine Gun Carl Anderson.
They were like, "Oh, he's not giving the finger. Like, that's classy, good for him." But he's grabbing his crotch. I'm like, he's not being classy, dude. I don't really care, but it was very stupid. It's like, it's very classy. No finger. He's just grabbing his balls.
I think it's just like it's become like such a thing in wrestling where people don't see it as an offensive move anymore. But
do you ever do that to like your uncle or something? Just say, "Hey, Uncle Bob," and you're like,
no.
Yeah, see, it wouldn't be appropriate.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Wrestling fans get desensitized to things, and they start using like wrestling terms in real life. And
do you think wrestling fans ever greet each other, just giving each other?
Or they go crazy on their podcast and get totally out of touch with reality, and they just start talking about how the gay character should be a heel in modern times.
Right. So. Yeah, honestly, I was really shocked no one brought that. I think it's probably what you say. People are just like desensitized to what
they're just so in tune with wrestling, they don't even know how the real world works.
Like, wow, this is like just the total definition of homophobia. No one said anything about it, but it's really weird. All right, so it's funny too because it starts off the Cornette one. It's like, I don't care who sleeps with who. It's like I don't care if he's gay, but everyone should hate him because he's gay. It's just like, all right. Steven.
So, like I said, overall, kind of disappointed. Doesn't fill me with a lot of enthusiasm to tune in again. But maybe I'll just check it on a replay. But if I may go on a rant.
What? I don't know, just woeing at the rant. Interest play in the Donkey.
So I watched the last 2 hours of Monday Night Raw, and saw the rematch.
It's weird when you could say I watched the last 2 hours of something. It's like, shouldn't that be all of something? But then I realized, no, it's not.
Damn right it should. I watched the last 2 hours of Monday Night Raw, saw the rematch, Asuka versus Sasha Banks, and I was royally pissed off at how they booked the ending of that. They did a title change.
Did they do a title change like it's like she won by count out or something?
Yes. Yeah. That's what royally pissed me off.
Yeah. This really felt like if you go back to TNA, remember they can do you can win a title by a count out. Like, remember when Abyss at last won the title? But I think it was just
disqualification.
Yeah, that's what it felt like when you remember that briefly. That's why I don't understand what they trying to losing Vince ideas, and so that means that's what they do it twice. But I'm just curious about this with Bayley. If she cost her that, and the next Friday or the next week, Steph's gonna again bring this up.
What was the storyline here? Was it brought up beforehand that you could lose the belt on a count out? And
yes, because you know who Stephanie McMahon basically said, we're going to have a title rematch and you can lose the belt. It was like pinfall, submission, count out, disqualification, all of that. Mm-hmm. So you had Kairi Sane and Bayley were sort of seconding the competitors, and they start the match with Kairi Sane running Bayley to the back, and then they just forgot about them for most of the match. And then they have the match. They had a great match. Again, great in-ring match. Really enjoying it. Really getting into it. And then they had to book the way they did. All of a sudden, like, Asuka is like paralyzed by the Titantron and seeing Bayley and beating the crap out of Kairi Sane in the back. And
are you saying the Titantron fell on her, or she was just shocked to see what was on the Titantron?
She was just shocked into paralysis at what she saw.
Oh, I
like
see.
typical WWE, seen it a million times before.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I did kind of like that, she's basically deciding what is she going to do? Is she going to, because she almost had Sasha Banks beat. She could have just ignored it, beat Sasha Banks and kept the belt. But she's seeing, I think Bayley rammed Kairi Sane's head into like a door and was just basically beating her. Yeah. Kairi Sane was crying. She was screaming for Asuka.
Yeah.
It was now that part was good, because you just saw Asuka just trying to decide, what am I going to do? And then she finally decided she was just going to, run out of the ring and run to the back. And then that's when the ref counted 10 and announced that Sasha was the new Raw Women's Champion. And that's only, like, I don't know if that's, again, in a regular match, if that's ever happened before, because the only one other time that I can remember was the AWA World Tag Team titles changing hands on a countout. It was Kurt Hennig and Scott Hall losing to Playboy Buddy Rose and Doug Pretty Boy Summers by countout. And at the time, this was about the mid 80s. I don't know. I was just, what's going on here? And it's still, even like 35 years later or however many years later, it's terrible. I mean, just as a wrestling fan, you establish these rules that titles can't change hands on a count out. And even today, I watch this and I think, why couldn't you have just had her pull the tights or put her foot on the rope or, do something like that, Anyway, that's my rant for the week.
Yeah. Travis Sandow says, I'd rather put my balls in a meat grinder than turn the handle myself than watch Impact.
No, that's not fair, Travis. Come on now.
Well, to be fair, Incher, have you ever shoved your balls into a meat grinder and cranked the handle?
No.
So how do you know that you wouldn't rather do that?
Because it would mutilate yourself. I mean, do you stick your random items into a meat grinder and turn it yourself?
I saw a movie last week where a man stuck his penis, his dick, what I'm saying, Insure?
What?
His cock.
Run that by me again.
Stuck his rod, his member, his male organ.
Organ, like the musical instrument.
Well, I'll show you here. Well, I don't have a lot of room, but a penis, Insure. It's reach down between your legs.
Oh, the genitals.
Right. So he stuck his penis into a glory hole. This was in the movie. On the other end of the glory hole was a meat grinder, oddly enough, and ground up his penis. And I will say,
that wasn't what he was
like a good time. So I do not recommend trying this out.
No.
So it's a good thing I saw this movie last week to save you.
Lexar, what's happening, my man?
I would not Lexar a meat grinder.
There you go. Oh, you got a spit take. You got a spit take from Jack. He almost spit his water out there.
I did, almost all over my laptop.
That might be the most unfortunate news of 2020. I was really hoping he was going to log on and say, dude, I think I'm going to hump a fucking meat grinder. I'll update you guys next week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Death Drop Gorgeous was that movie, by the way. It played last week at Wicked Queer Boston Film Festival.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Song Man. I mean, we'll get Song Man. Lexar. So you didn't stick anything in a meat grinder, but what did you do? What's going on? What tickled your fancy? What was grooving in your world?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm glad we had like 2 cinematic matches in 1 month from WWE. last Friday night was the bar fight between Jeff Hardy and Sheamus.
This is why I don't own a gun.
Borrow inches. You could borrow inches.
I don't know. Would I loan it to him if I knew what he was wanting to blow his brains out because he didn't want to watch Raw? I think I would just make him watch Raw.
That was on SmackDown. Jeff Hardy and Sheamus had a bar fight, and it was cinematic. So I think they were supposed to do it at Extreme Rules, but they thought like one cinematic match is enough for pay-per-view, so they do it on Friday Night SmackDown on broadcast TV. And it's the very first time that a cinematic match has been broadcast on Fox, on broadcast television. So,
yeah, they did the whole thing where Jeff Hardy was fighting Sheamus in the bar. Yeah, I seen it.
An empty bar.
Yeah.
In Florida.
And Jeff Hardy's eyes like turned like milky white for some reason. Like, because Sheamus laid the hat on top of his face and then he removed it. And then, like, for some reason he had, like, these milky white eyes and that made Sheamus scared. So, yeah, that's how Jeff Hardy won the match.
That was his gimmick, Jeff Hardy. He been had that since TNA.
I know he has, like, different, like, contact lenses and whatever, but, like, why would his eyes do that? He's not like a supernatural character. I mean, like his character going into this was I'm not a drunk anymore, and I'm attending meetings and stuff. And Sheamus was trying to sway him away from that to be a drunk. So why all of a sudden has he got supernatural powers?
I guess that's his Willow character. Remember Willow?
He's never done Willow in WWE though. Yeah, I remember Willow.
I think that's his new gimmick, trying to get the Willow character in.
I remember Intro was a big Willow mark.
The movie that George Lucas made, Ron Howard directed.
That's a good movie. They still talk about doing a sequel.
Oh yeah. Maybe you can be a Peck in that.
What?
You don't remember?
See, you bring up these movies and then you act like you don't know them, and then you bring up like these really obscure facts about them.
That's a journey into my mind there, Jack. Very mysterious. I pretend like I've never seen Willow, but then I know I've seen Willow.
It's like, I know you've seen more than just Ernest films and
Ernest is a hell of a movie maker. I love Ernest.
What if Ernest would have went to Camp Crystal Lake?
I think he would have beat up Jason, probably. Yeah.
Man, that's like fight.
Ernest versus Jason.
I bet if old Incher would watch this show, he'd like fight new Incher. He'd be like, how dare you say that about Jason?
Well, unlike I don't mean it 100%. I'm just trying to be amusing.
You're liars, what you say.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to be amusing. I'm trying to do the opposite of what people think I would say sometimes. I'm like Vince Russo with my broadcasting.
You're the Vince Russo of comedy?
No.
I don't know if that's like the greatest.
I don't know if anybody wants to be that.
Intro, how many times have you yeehawed in real life?
None, I don't think.
Have you ever heard that in real life at all? Is that even
like somebody actually just go
yeehaw? Yeah, like actually like yeehaw in real life.
If I had, it was probably at like a game or something where everybody was drunk, like a tailgating party or something. Yeah. But I don't think I ever have. I'm trying to recall.
Doesn't do that, like at the dinner table.
No.
Jack just figured whenever everybody.
Oh, I'm bringing home the steak and gravy tonight, darling. Yeah.
Jack just figured everybody in West Virginia, like early in the morning, whenever everybody stretches, you guys just yeehaw all at once. The whole neighborhood, you just echo yeehaw.
No.
I'm sure Vic's heard some yeehawing too over in Alabama.
Oh shit, he's in Alabama. Oh, he's definitely got some yeehaws over there, man. They are the originators.
You know, if you think of it, I might have yeehawed more than Incher.
I'm pretty sure you have. There's a lot more like hillbilly aspects about you than I think I even possess. Like I think you yeehaw all the time.
Yeehaw isn't jest. It's not like I actually would just be like, yeah.
You let rabbits like die in your basement and you don't clean them out. That's kind of a hillbilly thing.
Well, I mean, it's like I didn't know it was being murdered, so I couldn't go down here and defend it.
But when you found it, you left it anyhow.
Sure, I'm just saying it's not like I let it get killed. I would have stopped it if I could have. But
well, it depends what was killing it. Well, if it was something like really dangerous, would you have stopped it?
I say, hey, just ran for your life, buddy.
Yeah.
I see a lot of rabbits on my walks now.
According to my dad, rabbits don't have a very strong will to live, so maybe it killed it very quickly.
I noticed when I was walking the other night, because I see rabbits everywhere here, and it was at night, and it just stopped. And I think in its mind, it thought I couldn't see it because it was dark, but it was literally like just 2 feet in front of me. That was kind of funny, but it's very cute. I like the bunny. I like bunnies.
Did you say like you could see it and then you start running towards it?
No, I took a picture of it.
You could have gave a yeehaw at that point and that would have been perfect. Like that would have been the appropriate point to go yeehaw.
Coyotes too, which I assume because I see the coyotes in a different part of town. Because I would assume the coyotes would eat the rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
So the rabbits are in another part, so they're probably safe up there. You have any coyotes there? We didn't have coyotes.
No, I don't think we do. I don't know. We might. I don't know.
I didn't realize there was coyotes in Chicago. When I was in Chicago, every night I go out, I'd see coyotes.
Coyotes.
Coyotes. All right.
Here in New Jersey, we have black bears.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw a black bear when I was in Hunter Mountain in the Catskills.
When I was like 10 years old, I went camping. I went to summer camp for like 2 weeks. And like there was like one of the camp counselors that informed us that there was a grizzly bear, a big grizzly bear. He saw a grizzly bear near our campsite. So he told us to like make noise, turn on the radio, stereos, to like
drown
make
out
the bear
noise.
away.
The grizzly bear killing everybody.
Lex, are you still working with kids, man?
No, lost my job. That's most everybody, so I don't have that anymore.
Shaheen. God.
Oh yeah, Shaheen.
Bringing up bad subjects.
Kids,
My goodness.
Would you, if you had kids,
you're like, hey, what about that job you lost, Lexar?
I didn't know you lost a job.
Well, how insensitive
fair, though. He's probably getting paid more now, than prior.
No, I'm not getting paid at all.
He's not getting paid at all. Jeez, way to go, Shaheen. You keep bringing up all the good content.
I just got the shovel tonight, man. It's just fucking full blown.
Jeez.
Hey Shaheen, did you went to that GCW shows over the weekend? There are like 2 shows.
No, I'm like blackballed from GCW right now, I think.
Really?
What'd you do?
I can't get into it because of the whole gym.
Don't ask me. I want to know.
Well, it's illegal. It's a court case thing. I don't, I can't
it's a court case. Oh.
What do you do? Do you like?
It's probably something with the thing, the shirt.
Got in the ring and beat up Nick Cage.
No, I love Nick Gage, man. That's my guy. It's nothing against or GCW in general. It's just
they want to sue you for everything that you.
Yeah, I mean it's a legal lawsuit. I can't talk too much about it. But
man, are you blackballed from anything, Insure?
No, I don't think so. No, like I've never been kicked out of any place. I don't think I've ever been kicked out of anywhere.
You got any bears up there, son?
Oh yeah, the Burger King, the Burger King. But this was a group effort.
Really?
This was a group effort.
Funny you brought that up because there was one when I was on vacation this past year. So one wasn't that surprising there.
Oh wow.
John's seen some black bears. But yeah, it was like we used to have these school
incident?
dances. I think I brought it up on the show, and like all the kids would go down there and just raise hell. And then the Burger King just got sick of all the kids, and I think they kicked everybody out. It wasn't just me.
Oh, what were you doing? Were you the ringleader?
No. I was probably waiting for my mini burgers. They had the little sliders back then. And like I ordered some of those, and it took them forever to make them.
Man, I thought it was like maybe like a toilet incident, like you blew up the toilet, and they're like,
"No, no."
So where was this Black Bear song, man?
No, this was down in New Hampshire. That was supposed to be getting close to us, but literally we were safe for that one. And we did actually have a coyote a year or so ago that you brought up briefly.
Yeah, we didn't have bears here, but when we were in Hunter Mountain. It was in this little town in the Catskills, and there's a lot of like handmade signs and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool! Someone carved a bear sign." And I was like, "Holy shit! I think it's moving." I was like, "Oh, it's an actual bear."
Yeah.
And then that night we went to the hotel, and in the parking lot, it was, I don't know, I assume it was the same Black Bear, and it was going through the trash, going through the dumpster. And my friend Annabelle, she was like, "Oh, let's go," like go up to it and like pet it. I'm like, "No, I don't think that's a good idea." I know it's cute, but I don't think it's a good idea to try to pet the black bear.
No, it's not.
Especially when it's hungry and going through the trash.
No, I would recommend going and petting the bear. No.
I have a little video of it. But...
She was serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anything else happened on this Impact? Was it impactful?
Steven, that's your territory. I haven't seen it. You're on the beat on this one, Steven.
Like I said, I was disappointed in the show after having not seen it for many years. And
there's no way to put over Impact.
Unfortunately, so
act more enthusiastic. Come on, say you loved it.
No, I can't say that I did. It's like,
come on, Steven.
It was like
give us a yeehaw and say everybody's got to watch Impact.
You can hate Impact for how Dixie Carter ran it. Mm-hmm. That's a different kind of being disappointed. This was kind of disappointed because they had all these new talents, and other than the Motor City Machine Guns, but they're not new talents; they're new old talents. And other than that, not very overwhelmingly good. Anyway.
You watching the Impact there, Lexar?
Oh, I don't have the channel for it, but for what I hear from Steven, I feel like Impact has been influenced by WWE with all these, like, let's remake Motor City Machine Guns as tag team champions again. So.
Oh, you never know.
Oh, they do that. They do that.
Cornette said that currently their World Heavyweight Championship is like one of the ones that like they purchased from Pakistan. Apparently, I guess Pakistan's making like some cheap belts. I haven't seen them, but like he was kind of putting them over as like decent quality.
They do, man.
That was.
They do. I have this dude on Facebook. He hits me up like every week since he knows like I sell like merchant shit and like wrestling stuff. And he supplies a lot of people. Okay,
so the Pakistan dude making belts and he does pretty decent quality. So.
There's multiple,
a lot cheaper.
Multiples. They do like fake like WWE shirts and all kinds of bootleg shit.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Could get my hands on some of this cheap goods.
Yeah, does he do the $1 million belt? I wonder if he does that. It'd be nice to get a hold of that on the cheap.
Would you wear that on the show, Inch, or just sit there with all your belts?
Yeah, just keep them like one on this shoulder, one on this shoulder, and just.
I think that's cool. You should get them and just walk around town.
And I'll take like a cue from Scott D'Amore, and I'll get like just a mountain of like VHS tapes behind me. Just like my whole room will be just VHS.
With your, like Atari or whatever you got?
I might, yeah, I probably could, but then I wouldn't be able to go in and out of my room, which would be bad.
Build a tunnel.
Just a tunnel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need this areas for me to function in. So.
Have you ever thought of getting like a belt and just walking around like the flea market with it? Like, I'm the champ of this flea market.
No.
You don't think that'd be cool?
No, I don't think anybody at the flea market would care. They would just make fun of you. I'm scared to go there with a mask on because I'm afraid they'll make fun of me. So I don't know what they would do if I had a freaking belt on my shoulder and I was like, I'm the king of this flea market. Yeehaw!
Dude, how is it down in West Virginia with the mask situation? Is it like is it a whole deal? Is it a political move by now, or is it just does everybody do it?
It seems like because they've mandated where everybody has to wear a mask to go into public places, and it seems better since they've done that. Walmart won't let you in unless you have a mask, which is good. Yeah, I think it's every now and then you see a person without one, so I think it's doing well.
You just said they'll make fun of you though at the.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Well, I've never been to the flea market since this whole thing started, so it's like.
Oh, so you just assume.
I'm assuming that I'm going to go there and nobody's going to have them on, and then you're going to be like, what the hell you wearing a mask? I mean, because some of the vendors that I go to, they have some pretty questionable material up on their walls. And you would think they're probably not in favor of the whole mask thing.
You buying like Nazi propaganda or something?
No, but I have seen some bars and stars hung up on some of the vendors' walls, so. I actually had one offer me a flag, and I said, no, I don't want that. No.
Would you like to become American? Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Flags.
I just kind of assumed that it would probably be. And they know me, like they know me by my first name, and they would probably just be like, look at him, he thinks he's going to get sick over here. He thinks we're going to poison him with our germs. You know.
On you.
Yeah. You just know how it's going to go before you do it, so why do it, Don't you get that with, that instinct
like
about
that
things?
Here, but I understand what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you have a gut.
It's like going to the NWA convention with the John Cena shirt. You kind of just know not to do that.
Right.
Even though somebody did.
They did?
Yeah, and Jim Cornette called him out and said, "You're pretty brave to be wearing that shirt in here." Dang. And then everybody was like, "Yeah."
And they saw one over and started putting the boots to him.
No, that didn't happen. Thankfully, that didn't. I'd be kind of sad if that did happen. If they just started beating on the guy who was wearing a John Cena shirt. That would be like, oh, poor guy with a John Cena shirt. He just wanted to be a little bit of a troll. He didn't deserve to be stomped to death.
Maybe he's just a big Cena fan.
Maybe. I mean, he is pretty over in wrestling. Or movies now, whatever the hell he is.
I have a theory he's not over at all in movies. They just put him in stuff. All the movies he's been in that's made money was like established franchises that would have made money if anyone was in them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really. Does anyone, Rick, or I mean, obviously there's people who love The Rock, but
yeah,
I don't really
is he a box office draw?
Yeah, movie like viewers are just like they just love John Cena.
Well, he's not as charismatic as The Rock for sure, and having a lot of
it's almost like a wrestling thing. He's just getting a push in the movie.
Yeah,
they're putting him in stuff, but I don't think it's really.
He must have a good agent, because I doubt he does anything for the box office. I guess his agent probably just works his ass off.
Yeah. So. Vic Schiavone, what's going on in the world of Vic?
World of Vic. Vic's still down in the basement, just quarantined. So.
Yeah.
I watched some wrestling this week. Enjoyed AEW like you did.
Yeah, I thought it was a really fun show. I thought it was one of the better episodes. And I
it was.
Anyway, so.
But tomorrow they're going to top it with the debut of the real Matthew Hardy.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
That's going to suck.
Yeah, I assume it's not. It's going to be something not like it's. I assume it's an actual new character, which will be a gimmick. The gimmick will be. It won't have gimmicks. But I can't imagine he's just all of a sudden dropping the gimmicks and he's just this guy who wants everyone to do well. I'm not a big fan of Matt Hardy, to be honest. I used to like him, but I don't really care for all the broken stuff. That stuff to me is too silly. It gets to a point where it's too silly for me. I like a little bit of silliness, but so it doesn't work for me. I just find it funny. Really,
it was really good in Impact because he would say some crazy stuff on that show, and you wouldn't know what would come next. But it's kind of. I do like the match they had where they're just, the big, what was that match called where they're running all over the field and everything of the Jaguars field?
Okay.
When they're in the pool and everything. I found that funny when he kept coming out as different gimmicks.
Yeah, I like that too. That works.
So you never know.
It depends where it is and how it's presented.
I'm willing to give it a shot. See where it goes, but
yeah, I don't. If it's just him, so. Which sometimes is good if we don't expect a lot. Maybe it will surprise us and be not awful. We'll find out shortly. Alwolf says you could use that same logic with Batista. What I said about Cena, and I agree in a theory with that. But the difference is, people really like Batista's performance in like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. Like he's got his own commercial now.
Yeah, I mean, even non-wrestling fans really liked him as Drax.
Like
I don't know, but there's people out there, but I've never seen anyone be like, "Man, did you see, this wrestler John Cena's performance?" And
my brother even brought up a Batista movie to me, and I was like, "That's kind of shocking." But he's like, "Is that guy a wrestler?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's Batista." He brought up the little girl movie with him and where she was like saying like she gave him the sarcastic remark about his tattoos.
Yeah, I never did see that. I thought it looked good. I didn't know if it actually came out or what.
So on Amazon Prime if you got it's for free.
Oh yeah,
if you want to watch it.
I'd like to see it. I haven't watched it. I actually like Batista.
Yeah,
I gotta see his character playing mostly all the characters he's played in over the past couple of films he's been in. Recently.
To me, he's been in cooler roles. I mean, being in a Bond film. I mean, he's in a Kickboxer. That's kind of cool, I guess.
Guardians of the Galaxy, I think.
Galaxy.
Better Marvel movie.
There's Steven with the Dave. Big Dave.
Big Dave. Did you find out how big his ego is?
You're gonna answer that question what I was gonna bring up this year. Like, is he gonna give us his answer finally before he gets his speech ready for the Hall of Fame?
Man, do you think that's a good question? Songman just brought up intro. Do you think we'll find out how big Batista's dick is before, or maybe at the Hall of Fame?
Are they ever going to have the Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
good point.
We'll have to wait and see. They could maybe do like a Zoom Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there's lots of ways. That's one thing you could easily get around. So I don't understand.
Yeah, have a Zoom Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
it'd probably be more entertaining than Raw.
It couldn't be worse. I sorry, Lexar. I know Lexar's loving this stuff. He's loving the cinematic matches. So what would you rate the best cinematic matches?
Like by thumbs up or 5 stars?
Which ones do you think are the best?
What's your 5-star cinematic match you can think of first? What's the first thing that pops into your head?
The Boneyard match.
Boneyard match? That's a 5-star? Okay.
All the way. Close second is Money in the Bank. Third is the bar fight. And let's see what else. I can't stand every other one. I don't like the Bray Wyatt Swamp fight. I don't like the.
At least you have some sense there. I think only
Viking Raiders and Street Profits.
I would say it's bad.
I thought you. Oh, that's the one intro like that.
Oh yeah, the Firefox is third. So
that was a hee-haw from Incher.
I think I classified it as not even a wrestling match, but I did enjoy some of the bits that they did.
I bet you were hee-hawing at that one. Admit it.
Hee-hawing? No, I did laugh.
Well, there's a big old ninja.
Yeah. That was pretty awesome. They had a big ninja. Yeah.
See? I knew it.
It never like pops into my mind to just jump up and do a hee-haw, you know, hee-haw. No.
My name is Zencha, and I'm off to the bar to see the movie Avatar with my friend Scar, who's wearing a scar, so I can yell hee-haw.
There we go.
There you go.
We worked it into the whole big thank you song, man.
Song man, do you do this at the dinner table? Just randomly just start doing songs?
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I don't know why it keeps coming in my head every time. It just comes out briefly. You never know when it comes out.
So like if you get a pizza delivered, you and your mom sitting there, you open up the pizza.
Just serenades the pizza delivery man. He's like, thank you for bringing the pizza. I'm going to eat it quick.
I'm going to eat
It's really nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. And all the pizza.
Now here's your tip.
I was going to bring something up, by the way, to Steven, by the way. Like, what are your initial impressions, like you brought up with the new talent on WWE? Because I don't know if you were pissed off about it. Like, we know Charlotte's going to be out. We know Becky's going to be out. Even when it comes to Roman being out, the three top stars of the whole roster. Are you actually pissed that they're not doing anything with the newer talents? Take, for example, what happened on Raw. They're giving all the belts just to Bayley and Charlotte, Sasha, because they can't even build up any new talent like we've not seen in like 3 years when it comes to Carmella getting called up.
Well, yeah, it's like I guess I can kind of understand why they would put the focus on what's her name, Bayley and Sasha Banks. But like, they don't need those. They don't need all the belts. I mean, I think, is that like panic mode for WWE? It's like, well, we lost our number one talent, Charlotte Flair. Okay, let's go to Becky. Well, no, it's the other way around. We lost our number one talent, Becky. Let's go to Charlotte. Now Charlotte's gone. Now the only two other ones they have any trust in is Bayley and Sasha Banks. They just have no confidence in these other women. All these women who are available, they have this opportunity to give them some TV time, give them some in-ring, put a belt on them, put them on TV in every show. But no, they like Asuka is number 3, and I would assume they're going to have this Asuka Sasha Banks 3 is going to happen. I don't know, SummerSlam.
More than likely.
I'm guessing. But like, yeah, you have all this other talent.
Who's hyped for SummerSlam right now? I mean,
is that?
Say Lexar's hyped for SummerSlam. Songman, are you hyped for the SummerSlam?
What exactly is this going to be necessarily being? I mean, it is going to be cool what we've been reading with the boat, but it's going to be possibly like at a beach.
Boat cruise.
Kind of like a Bash at the Beach moment. Interesting. I'm sure people have been waiting for decades to hear.
Like Cheatham and One-Eyed Midget's going to make a return? That would be cool. Huh. Well, yeah, I don't know. You think about SummerSlam, and that's like one of the biggest pay-per-views outside of WrestleMania, and going into this one, I'm just not very excited for it. Yeah. It's really nothing getting me going about it.
They announced the main event last night. Apparently, it's going to be Drew McIntyre against Randy Orton.
Yeah,
I am looking forward to that one. Yeah.
You're looking forward to that, Steven?
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton.
Yeah, I just kind of find it funny, by the way. Like, you remember back in the old school era when Bret Hart was Mr. SummerSlam, when he gave those big matches to remember forever. But Randy Orton's like the other one right now, because this is his 7th opportunity to get a title shot at SummerSlam. So this kind of a good opportunity for him to be brought back.
I just get the feeling like WWE only has like a certain amount of talent that's willing to come in and do the shows, because a lot of people are like showcased on these shows that you normally wouldn't see. So I don't know. Like I know Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre; those aren't like people you want to see on the show. But like Tozawa's making multiple, shows on, and like who else is on there? Asuka's been heavily featured, and the what's her name there? The valet. She's all the time.
Zelina Vega. She's all over the show.
Well,
her guys are now the number one contenders for the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte's better half, and the other guy, Garza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I do like the new addition to MVP's group where they added Shelton Benjamin to it.
Well, that's a good move.
Yeah.
Shelton's. I like Shelton, so I didn't know about this. This is good. Is it true they're calling it the Nation of Domination?
No, I haven't heard.
Not officially, not yet. No.
Anytime
there's a faction that involves black guys, the IWC is like, it's the new Nation of Domination.
Mm-hmm.
No. They're calling them the Hurt Business.
Yeah, the Hurt Business.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that Shelton.
I'm a big fan of MVP, and what I've seen of WWE, he's one of the better promo guys there now. It's
for sure.
Too bad they didn't capitalize on when he was more in his prime, but I'm glad he's doing something.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him around and that he's doing something. And
because he was real, I think they just brought him in just to really just do one appearance, and then to just be a manager. And then he started to wrestle, so it's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In these last bunch of years, if they would have done that, like they see a guy, hey, this guy has something to offer. We didn't see a lot in him, but he's doing well. Let's go with it. They'd be in a lot better shape right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Kind of like, I don't know. In a way, I hate to bring it up, but it's like kind of shows how they're wrong about some people. Like when they bring them back and actually give them a shot, they're like, oh, well, maybe we should have used MVP.
Yeah, I think if they would have gave him a shot when he could really go.
Mm-hmm. They would always kind of like half-heartedly push him,
Yeah, I mean they would at time, but never really got behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people. All right, Lexar, anything else going on in the world?
Well, actually, I want to ask a question from the Headyverse, but this for Incher. I already asked this question before, but it was towards the fake Incher. Now we have the real Incher here.
The fake Incher? I think that's the old Incher, and that's song, man. Nothing fake about him. He was just the
Anyway, I want to ask Incher if he could demonstrate to the Headyverse and the entire YouTube Headyverse world how to use the squatty potty.
There you go. That's the way to put the Inchman over.
Yeah, there you go. Well, basically, this is the toilet. Squatty potty's here. And you gotta have like your legs like kind of like this. And then you just, you do your business.
So Ben's like you're at an angle as opposed to like 90-degree angles. So it's like more of a 45-degree angle.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the feet.
Here, let me grab a few Nintendos here, and I'll do the squatty potty for you.
Are you gonna poop out Nintendo cartridges?
No, I wish I could, but okay. Oh, jeez.
What the hell is he doing, Lexar?
Here's a Nintendo.
You're gonna shit on the Nintendo?
One Nintendo. No, I think I'm trying to simulate the squatty potty.
Oh,
here's another Nintendo.
Don't break your Nintendos.
Oh, I'm not going to break it. Okay, Nintendo.
Why do you have like 4 Nintendos?
You don't have 4 Nintendos? What's the matter with you?
Yeah.
Here's my original Nintendo. This guy don't work no more, but
it's good to keep them.
Seen better days.
Especially when you have 3 working ones.
Dude, I love the fact that you know how the squatty potty works, but you can't figure out how your gun works.
My what? Well, that doesn't really.
Gun. You're like, oh shit, I forgot how to use this thing.
No, I know how to use my gun. You kind of showed how dumb you were about guns because I was trying to tell you what it was all about.
I don't know shit about guns. I don't own a gun, motherfucker. I'm not claiming I know.
I was telling you that I don't remember like if the safety was on or off. It wasn't like I was in any danger at the moment. I was trying to tell you that there wasn't.
It's a scary thing to tell me.
There wasn't a bullet in the chamber, which you don't even understand what that means. You're kind of.
I do. There's one in the head. There's always an extra one in the head, right?
The chamber. That's what that's called. And if you don't have a bullet in the chamber, you're not in any danger of the gun going off. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you.
It's called the safety. When you tell me that you don't know how to.
Damn it! All right, this is getting heated. I got to get off my squatty potty. Let's see.
He's gonna shit.
You throw the Nintendo.
Oh, we didn't even get the squatty potty. What's going on?
Well, I mean, what else can I go on about the squatty potty? I mean, you want me to go all the way with the squatty potty? Like giving birth.
Yeah.
And then I'd have a Jackie Jones at the end. Oh,
I impregnated you, I guess.
Well, you impregnate me a lot because I always have the Jackie Jones.
I guess Ninja will have to have a match with Matt Hardy, and the loser has to use the corner potty because he's going to have to win it to make him win the lottery.
Bam! Booyah!
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was I just served?
You were served, didn't you?
Damn.
Do you use those Nintendos for different purposes? You're like, well, I'm playing Duck Hunt. I got to use the Nintendo too.
Currently, they are just used for stacking on top of each other, and I don't know. It's kind of like a nice little pedestal for my one Nintendo that I use that works.
So you have 5 Nintendos?
Oh, I got more Nintendos in the other room. I have a box of Super Nintendos.
Why?
Because you need a box of Super Nintendo.
Yeah, so you have one that doesn't work and like 6 or 7 that work?
Well, I want to fix my original one that's beaten all to hell because it's my original one and I'm kind of nostalgic about it. But, well, actually, it's not my original. I did give that one away and I kind of regret that.
Have you ever thought about like doing like an O.J. Simpson and going and stealing it back?
That would be some shit, wouldn't it? Doing hard time for getting my Nintendo back.
What are you in here for, buddy? I stole a Nintendo.
I got my Nintendo back. Look, that's where I beat Mario. It's still in there. Super Mario.
Oh, I think you meant Mancini.
No, I never beat Mario Mancini.
All right.
He used to play Mario, though, didn't he?
I don't know. It's probably before his time. What do you think about Seth Rogen saying video games are a waste of time, Incher?
Seth Rogen said that?
Mm-hmm.
The pot guy?
Yep.
He really holds no, like... I don't really take, like, anything he says, like, seriously. I don't really care. I mean... He's Seth Rogen. He's just like, all I want to do is smoke pot. Who cares about fucking Seth Rogen?
Joe Rogan. I'm sorry.
Joe Rogan. Oh, I got the wrong Rogan.
Well, he's a
no, they love
too,
weed.
Though.
Both.
Yeah, all the Rogans are weed.
They're both
the
weed
DMT guy, Joe Rogan.
Well, he wasn't carrying on about that shit when Anthony Cumia was in his studio. He didn't like look at him and say, hey, all that's a waste of time. So he's just a pussy. That's what I got to say. A big
I think you called the
pussy.
wrong guy a pussy, man. That guy is a trained fucking, fighter.
Call that bubble gut pussy.
You think you could take him?
Yeah, sure.
That's almost as delusional as Boxman saying he can take fucking CM Punk.
Did he say he could take CM Punk?
Yeah. Like, dude, you can fucking barely hold your pants up. You can beat CM Punk.
I don't know. It would be great for the show, though, if, like, Joe Rogan or whatever's like, hey, this guy thinks he can take me. So, well, what the hell? Fuck you, Joe Rogan.
Would you fight him?
I would watch that.
I could just take a dive. I mean, what the hell?
Well, no, you can't fake it. You gotta if you're gonna fight.
Oh, I'm not going to fake it. No, I'm just going to have a lot of money to do it.
Are you saying you took a dive to that girl?
Huh?
That girl that beat you up?
No. I just got beaten by it. She just started beating on me, and
What would you do if you fought Joe Rogan, okay? And then later, like, I came on the show and started bragging about all this money I won, and you found out, like, I bet, like, a fortune on Joe Rogan.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, when we had that one contest, it seemed like you spent your days just voting against me. You're like, vote against Insure.
You can
vote against Insure. Won't even watch his promo. Vote against him.
You can vote one time, so I don't know how.
You're like,
you're
here's my one vote. I won't even watch his video. I'll just vote for the other person. How's that supposed to feel to me?
Well, I didn't think the host should be part of the tournament.
So that I didn't make the contest, so that automatically makes you just go, I'm voting against my co-host.
Well, I was trying to get.
Not even going to give him the time of day to watch his video and see if it was any good or not. I'm voting against him.
I just don't think it's fair that the hosts were in a tournament. I took myself out.
Because you're too scared. Yeah, because
I can see right now how this is really eating at you for like months. Imagine if we would have went to.
Well, imagine if I voted against you without watching your video. I'm just like, screw Jack. I'm voting against him. Your passive aggressiveness. It's just like, I love you, Incher. I love you, but I'm voting against you.
The kettle black there, Inchman.
I'm voting against you on the show. I don't deny it. I've said it before.
You said what?
I mean, we don't always get along. It's no big fucking secret.
It was just a stupid tournament, sure.
Huh? What'd you say? I didn't even catch what you said.
It was just a stupid internet tournament.
But you voted against me.
It wasn't.
Why'd you do that? Not one vote for me, Jack. Everyone was against me. And then Nick Schiavone, he voted against me, and that hurt the most. I was like, what'd I do to Vic?
Then you pressure everyone who listens to the show.
Yeah, because I want to.
Remember that fine, upstanding young female that was training to be a wrestler?
Yeah, whatever.
Like, just ruined her life when she voted against you.
No, she was like, I asked her nicely to vote for me, and she banned me and then voted for you. And I was like, bitch.
Well, okay, then how does that make me feel that you're like trying to go into?
We were in a contest together. You're I'm supposed to let you win? Like,
no, but I didn't say that. You're taking a big leap, but you're not supposed to like trying to pay off people to vote against.
I wasn't paying anybody off. I was campaigning. That's what every presidential candidate does. Is they campaign and try to get votes. There's nothing wrong with that.
She saw through your ways. She's like, this
whatever.
Guy's just trying to give me some payola.
No.
I'm going to go vote for this guy. He's on the
payola. All I did was ask for a vote.
Well, you should have offered her something. She probably thought, look, this guy's begging for votes, not even offering me nothing.
Well, now you're saying I should
guy who actually answers
bribe people for votes.
When I message him, he just talks to me like a person. He doesn't just say, "Hey, go vote for me in this." I took interest in her goals to be a professional wrestler.
No, you didn't. You haven't thought about that girl once. You wouldn't even know who she was if she hadn't have did that to me. She like went from like nobody in your book to like up here, and you're like, yes, I love this woman because he asked her to vote for it, and she totally snubbed him and voted for you.
It's a pretty funny story, to be honest.
Yeah.
You have to admit it's pretty funny.
It's amusing, I guess, but I don't care about her wrestling career. She was wasting her time. I'm glad that she stopped doing it because she's doing something else now, which is probably a better use of her time. Because she wasn't going anywhere.
I hope she pursues her dreams. Whatever.
You're so fucking fake.
What are you talking about?
You don't mean that. You don't care. You're just like, whatever.
I want people.
You're just being fake right now.
I want people to fulfill their dreams.
You do not care about this person.
Of course I do.
No,
I care
you
about every
don't.
member of the Headyverse.
Oh, you're so full of shit. And
Lexar,
I can beat up
you
CM
believe me,
Punk.
don't you, Lexar? I'm a caring man.
Shaheen's not listening now.
The most honest man
busy.
in podcast.
He is working on his dreams. He's doing some art.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I would encourage Shaheen to continue down that path, where with this girl, I could tell she was wasting her time.
You knew nothing about her besides just she didn't vote for you.
Well, I can tell just by, I mean, she's not going to be a wrestling superstar. She could send me some tapes, and I could critique them. I'm sure they're horrible. So,
man,
if she changed my mind, I would say she changed my mind, but she's not going to change my mind. She's going to go out there and look like a string bean, and it's not going to be good.
She sent me very nice photos of her in her wrestling gear.
Yeah, see, that's why you like her so much. You're like, ooh, nice photos. I wonder if she'll get on the Sibian for me with my star power.
What? The Sibian? I don't care about that.
You know what I'm talking about. You said you try to encourage the girl at the convention to get on the Sibian for you because of your star power.
Did she do it?
She started crying and you felt bad.
She did not cry. She didn't enjoy it. She said it felt like some... I don't say what she said. But she did not enjoy the Sibian.
Uh-huh.
But she did it, didn't she?
I guess. I don't know. I wasn't there. I guess you said she did.
I never posted the video.
She asked you not to, didn't she?
Yeah.
And
I respect people.
Are you saying I don't? Just because the girl was a bitch to me and went and voted for you, and I nicely asked her to vote for me?
Why is this a bitch if someone votes for me?
She blocked me. Block me and win and vote for you.
Uh-huh.
What could she say? I'm sorry, but I really feel strongly that Jack should win this contest here. Did she say that to me? No. She blocked me and went and voted for you.
Seems reasonable to me.
No, she's a bitch. And she wasn't going anywhere with her little wrestling career, and I'm glad she stopped. Because it was a big waste of time, and she wasn't going to do anything. So
I stand behind everyone in their dreams who's watching the show.
Whatever. You know you don't.
Male, female, whatever you see yourself as.
Oh, you're so full of shit.
You gotta open your heart, ain't you?
Were you for Team Elite whenever they would come on the show, or did you just want a funny avatar?
Team Elite, yeah, I'm still friends with one of Team Elite.
Which one? Friends, define friends. Do you just occasionally message him on the internet?
He's on my Facebook.
Have you ever met him in person?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever gone out to eat with this person?
No.
Do you know this person's parents?
That's getting a little weird, intro. I don't know Vic's parents.
Do you know any of this person's siblings?
Except I actually do know some men's parents.
Do you?
My parents are both deceased, so it's a good thing you don't know.
Intro. Jeez, you're bringing up some harsh.
I never said, do you know Vic's parents? I said, do you know this person's parents? Do you know any of their family members outside of just them?
So your only people you consider friends is like you know their parents.
He's just trying to get me back for the Lexar thing.
I had to, man. It's only fair.
I like the cat over here.
Yeah.
Intro, do you like cats or are you anti-cat too?
Whatever. I've had cats all my life.
Something obviously.
I've had cats all my life. Yeah.
Anti-dream.
Say hi, Brucey.
Hi, Brucey.
Nice cat.
Yeah. No, I'm not anti-dreams. I'm just, I just don't appreciate her being a bitch to me.
Man.
You would not classify that as being a bitch. Let's turn the tables. I
use that term. It's very misogynistic.
Whatever. You're so full of shit, dude. A couple of months ago, you were on here saying all of those terms.
I just don't know you anymore, Incher. You've really changed.
We all change, Incher. We all change.
Sometimes not for the better, apparently. But.
Whatever.
You can continue to be a bigot if you want. If you want to use the B word.
Just trying here to improve your life and the life of the listeners.
Yeah.
You can't even keep a straight face. When you say this is all bull.
Just feel bad for you, Inchman. It'll rise above the hate.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Songman, he wishes her well, don't you, Songman?
Oh, I do.
This woman to do well.
You can take that. But Incher, you will never be put in your head Hall of Fame because you're still not been acting much like the 2 weeks before and the same because you're still acting insane and everyone that you've been bringing up has been feeling our pain because I know for sure you're just wanting to get more and more pain into the brain of Jackie Jones' brain.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess so.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Travis Sandal says Intra hates women worse than Jim Cornette.
No, that's not the case. I hate this particular woman because she was mean to me.
Oh, man.
So you're willing to see that her dream doesn't come true. That's so sad.
I know. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Man.
No, she's wasting her time. She had no talent. I mean, she wasn't going anywhere, Vic. Look at
this is all based on that she didn't vote for you in an internet poll.
Say what?
This is all based on her not voting on you on an internet poll. That's how you
banning me and then not voting on me. Yeah.
Good. Last week we had Lexar's birthday, and that was planned ahead. Can we plan an intervention for Intra for next week, and we all just discuss how he can better himself as a better person in 2020?
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. I'm fine.
We all love you. We just want to see you, lift yourself up and be in better spirits and use better language on the show and not be so offensive. It's ridiculous.
I stand by this idea, Incher. As your friend, as your brother, as your soulmate.
We love you, dude.
If you like men with good-looking taste, look for the past Incher's face because he was the one that left around the States with his roller skates because I know for sure he's somewhere out there wearing a championship belt around his waist.
Boom. I don't roller skate. But anyways, Jack.
Have you seen her wrestle live, though?
No, I've never seen her wrestle live. I said she could send me tapes, and if she changes my mind, I would say it, but I don't think that's going to happen.
President Clinton says this wasn't even the most recent voting we did. This was like 8 years ago, and Intra's still obsessed with it.
Well, didn't you bring it up to begin with about it? You brought the girl up.
It's really eating your soul.
But you brought it up to begin with. I mean, I was just talking about the incident that happened. It happened. It was a while ago, but I mean, President Clinton was my running mate in that one. We were together. Jeez. Even President Clinton doesn't want anything to do with me.
Oh, we all want something to do with you, Incher. We all got your back.
I thought we were together.
We want you to rise up, not pull us all down into
whatever, Jack. Aren't you the same guy who had total F of the week? Like, didn't you have that as a thing?
People change. He's rocking rainbow colors nowadays, man. He's all about it.
Did a whole show all dressed in rainbows last week. I'm with you.
So are you willing to admit that was wrong now?
I don't think anything's necessarily wrong. It's just what is right now.
The learning process that had to happen.
I think it was to use that word was a wrong thing, and I even said it at the time. But you're like, "Oh, what do you know?" You're like, "I'm going to go ahead and do what I want to do, and that's how it's going to be."
Well, now we're trying to bring you to the path of righteousness.
Sure. Vic, I'm not buying any of this.
Vic he's agreeing. He's wanting this woman to do well and pursue her dreams of happiness.
No, she's wasting her time. I mean, honestly, she's probably doing much better for herself right now. I don't know what she's doing right now, but she's probably making more money doing what she's doing right now.
Life's not about money.
Oh, it isn't, but she's probably like, you think she was paying her bills with wrestling?
She was paying the bills of her soul.
Yeah, man. She's happy, though.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take away her dreams, man. How can you sleep at night? No, you did that.
Well, don't vote against me and ban me, then I won't be so against you.
We're off.
Whatever. Forget it.
She's probably never going to trust men again, dude. She's probably a lesbian now because of you.
You can't put that on me, Shaheen.
I just did.
So what do you think?
It impacted her that much.
I don't know what her preference is. I don't know. Beats me.
She might have just voted me because, my looks.
Hmm?
Right. Pull up these questions.
Okay.
I've got two monitors rocking here. Here we go.
Oh, that's great.
Well, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
That's a little brighter, I think. It's bright enough.
I know.
Stuff, but whatever. Travis Sandow goes out to everybody here. Well, actually, it's for Incher. Why did Incher try to end his life on the episode on an episode of In Your Head?
I didn't.
I saw a picture of him pointing a pistol at his face.
That was the blue guy. I was turning the pistol around to show the camera, which I was a little leery to even get the stupid thing out just because of that. And you're like, oh, but Crowder has this.
Don't blame me. I didn't bring out a gun.
This is why you got to know how to use a gun, dude.
I know how to use a gun, Shaheen. If you're ever down in my area, I will take you out and show you how to use a gun.
I don't know how to take that, man. I don't know if I want to take you on that offer.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to show you how to use a gun. I will teach you how to use a gun if you want to see how to use a gun.
So he wants to know, were you
go crazy or anything like that?
Were you that upset that Tessa Blanchard was no longer TNA Impact champion?
No. No, I wasn't that. I really wasn't like huge for her being the champion. I would just say that I liked her matches and I liked Tessa Blanchard at the time. But now she's kind of striking everybody kind of crazy with these demands from Impact Wrestling, and
this
I don't necessarily support. I think she's really ruining her career right now. I mean, she might be there with that girl that voted against me soon. Who knows?
So you're telling her to quit wrestling? And
I mean, she's hurting her career right now, I think. I mean, is anybody wanting to hire her? She's holding the belt.
Did Tessa vote against you on a poll?
And it's not like it's like a huge company where like the rivals would be like, yes, that's good. Bring her here. The Impact Championship is not going to be on WWE television. It's not going to be on AEW television. It's nothing like that.
Now, I want to say this question was asked 19 hours ago, but the next question here from Travis. I like OIB, but I propose an intervention. This is the second time it's come up within a 1 day by two different people. Interest. Got to be something to it.
Well, what kind of intervention would this be? I mean, what
so
would you do?
Don't shoot yourself over Tessa Blanchard.
I'm not shooting myself about Tessa Blanchard. I was merely turning a gun around to show the camera, and the blue guy's like, "Oh, applause! Screen cap! Put it on Facebook." I think we should have an intervention for the blue guy because he's obsessed with me.
That would be. I would be for that. That would be cool if we did like a couples counseling with Incher and Al Oob on the show.
I don't think I have any issues. I think you're the one with all the issues.
That's
how I'm starting out the counseling session. Is he has all the issues, not me.
That would be a fun segment, I think.
Mm.
See if there's anybody out there who wants to, be like the. You think anyone listens in? Your head's like a psychologist or anything like that?
No, not this crowd.
Maybe Jobs. But he does that
Jobs?
also.
No, Jobs ain't a psychologist. I think I know what he does.
Long live 1-inch biceps.
Oh, thank you.
Marty Van Buren. Which All Elite wrestler looks capable of performing a stinky in their trousers?
Which All Elite wrestling performer looks like they could perform a stinky in their trousers?
Yes, or poop their pants, I guess.
Has any of them confessed to doing it?
That's a good point, because it used to be back in the day, like Sid Vicious. You know, Songman, any AEW
I know.
wrestlers
Was there something to Mr. Perfect, like pooping in a bucket or something like that? I heard that once, and I never knew if it was true or not.
Didn't he poop under the ring?
Did he go and poop in a bucket or something underneath the ring or something like that?
That's what I heard.
He doesn't wrestle in AEW.
Well, I know, but I'm just trying to, verify the story.
Right.
Well, what did he do with the bucket afterwards? Did somebody have to, like, pick the bucket up and take it backstage so it wouldn't be stinking out the audience? I mean, because feces carries very far.
Yeah.
Smells, Jack.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to tell me this?
I just thought you needed to know.
That's all the people need to know.
But to answer the question, I would say who looks maybe Arn Anderson.
Really? Double A's pooping the pants. Like, would he do it on purpose, or would he just
he's old and it might happen?
Oh, I would say that's maybe Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake would poop his pants?
Yeah, kind of bender or something.
Like, look at what Lance Archer is doing.
Is that chocolate?
Is that chocolate or something? Oh.
Marty else wants to know, is the dreamy Dr. Britt Baker DMD the best female heel in AEW? I'd say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far, yeah. She's done the most. She's pretty good.
Marty, Vince McMahon
but she's kind of being funny heel. She's not being like heel.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Jericho does the same.
Yeah.
What do you think of Britt Baker there, Lexar?
She's hot, but I tell you what, not as a female heel, Nyla Rose has to be the heel.
I like her too, honestly. Vic,
I think Lexar's got a point there. That's pretty good.
Vic, do you have a...
Oh, yeah, Vicky Guerrero's now with Nyla Rose now.
Yeah, I actually like that pairing.
Yeah.
I like that pairing.
Oh, they're still together. Okay. Because I was like, they already broke up? But, okay, I get you.
I think having Vicky as her manager is going to take some of the heelness off of her, though.
Really? I don't know.
Vicky's just such a natural heel.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see where it goes. I'm glad that Vicky's doing something else in wrestling, and
I am too. Yeah, I'm glad. She seems to be happy there. Steven, who do you think the best woman heel is in AEW?
Yeah, I'll agree. It's Britt Baker. I get a nice smile on my face when in her interaction with Shivani.
Yeah.
Yeah. To interest point though, is that a heel if it makes you smile? I say yes because not many heels actually make me mad.
I mean, as long as you're entertained with the program, I think that's a good thing. But
right.
like your classical wrestling heel, is that like what they want to be doing?
Lexa's eyes just lit up.
They did?
Mm-hmm. He saw a female walk by.
Uh-oh.
Like
Watch out, Lexar.
Marty Van.
I'm about to teach that man how to use a gun. You might want to be careful, Lexar.
I'll hide under the bed.
Marty Van Buren is the. Oh, weird is the one. Vince McMahon is dead. His family scattered. You stand stiff and rigid atop the modern ruin of WWE. How do you fix WWE? What's your outline for change? Who do you fire? Who do you hire? Bum, 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 bum.
We get asked this a lot. Who we would fire from WWE?
Yeah,
I think it's nice. Just.
I don't even watch a show, so it's hard for me to answer this.
Mm-hmm.
I just fire them all and start over.
Just start anew. I don't know. I think it really just needs to be like overworked, and storylines need to be tweaked.
Honestly, there's a lot of good talent there. If I'm not kidding around, it's just the show itself.
I don't know if you really need to fire anyone. Really,
maybe just creative.
Yeah.
Pritchard, I fire him.
Who's Pritchard? Yeah. Then he'll start just talk about how great WWE is, hoping to get rehired.
Please bring me back.
Do you think that helped his cause to get to return? Just being such a kiss ass.
Yeah. Because they say Vince just loves the S-men, people who just agree with everything he says. So he was agreeing with what he said outside of the company.
Didn't Ed join the creative team?
Put me on the creative team? Is that what you said?
No, did Edge did.
Oh, Edge.
Edge? I don't know.
I think he just joined.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's interesting.
Fire Kevin
I've heard
Dunn.
some weird stuff about him.
Yeah, fire Kevin Dunn too.
Let's see. Where were we?
Anyway, Vince McMahon is not going to die anytime soon, though. He's not going to die. Vince McMahon won't die anytime
I think he's going to live. I think he's going to live to be.
Marty Van Buren here in the chat room. He says, drop Raw to 2 hours, less writers, less belts, only bullet point promos.
I like all those things. Keep the belts.
Good idea there.
Mm-hmm. If you listen to any like veteran wrestler, I don't think I've ever heard anyone in favor of the really scripted promos.
No.
It also seems like it would be so much work. Like I don't even understand what the benefit is.
I mean, I would say the best promo delivered last week on television was Eddie Kingston's, and do you think like that was all written out for him?
No,
I doubt it. Maybe some bullet points, and he just went out there and did it.
Owl, does Incher agree with Tony Schiavone that this country won't be America much longer, and that they're going to change the flag?
No. What, did Tony say that?
Yeah, I don't know the context, but I saw someone posted the clip on our Facebook. Yeah, he said it on his show. And Conrad, this one.
Conrad just aside.
Yeah.
Well, what do I care what Conrad thinks, though? It's like, fuck him. I like Tony Schiavone.
I like Tony better, too. Adrian Stevens III. Is Tessa Blanchard the next big thing in WWE?
I hope not.
Are they even going to hire her? I mean, I don't know. I mean, she hasn't been offered a contract.
She's got a lot of baggage. And that's the stuff we know about. Imagine stuff that people talk about, not publicly.
I mean, leaving a company in this way is like probably the worst way you could ever leave a company.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if she would come out and say like
the top of its game or something.
Yeah. If she would come out and say like they were doing something to her, but we haven't heard anything as far as like what happened there,
Right, yeah, there's no reason as far as.
And it just seems like she's a crazy person.
I don't even think they're on good terms with Tully. I don't think over the years since he got fired. No, I don't think they're going to have any respect for her, even if she gets bring up. And for sure what we brought up briefly, that they're not going to even hire new talent to be top names like in the last 5 years.
I always thought that Tessa Blanchard versus Charlotte would be like a dream match, but I don't see it happening. I don't know. I mean, she might get a contract. I don't know, but this is just weird. I think she's killed her career.
Yeah, I think it's hurt because there had to have been a lot before this, I think, is why she's never gone. to AEW or WWE, and then this I just think adds to all that.
Yeah, this is just I don't know.
That's how you act on a lesser company. How are you going to act in like a a big company,
an actual big company? Yeah,
stuff going on. Al Ulb, what is your opinion on torture porn?
It's terrible. I don't know. I don't see who gets into that.
I like a lot of the movies. I mean, it's just a subgenre.
I know, but I don't really like those movies. Like the
I'd have to take it on
Hostel or
I'm not a big fan of Hostel.
I hate those. I
like a Serbian film. I like.
Well, Saw's kind of creative though. They do add like a lot of creative elements where they got
some of them do. I mean, I just don't think Hostel's a very good movie.
I hate
Hostel regardless of the gore.
You have to have some creative, direction for your movie other than let's just get people and torture them, because that just does nothing.
Yeah, I don't think it's a well-made movie.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of all over the place in like the tone, because some of it's like over the top comedic and some of it's serious. I also think it's a well-structured film. It's got no real villain, but it really depends on the movie.
Hey, Jack.
That's not my go-to subgenre, but there are movies that would be considered torture porn that I like. What was that, Steven?
I was just going to ask you, what's your opinion of Eli Roth as a director?
I've never seen a movie of his that I thought was good.
Oh, okay.
I would probably agree with that
too. Green Inferno is rotten. I don't like the Hostel movie.
Oh, dude, that was such a disappointment because I love Cannibal Holocaust aside from like the animal cruelty.
Yeah, I do too. I was, because we haven't had like a cannibal movie in years.
Right.
Also like Cannibal Ferox, and it's like this weird genre that's not been done before. Then I watch it and it's like, oh God.
I was always fine with Hostel 2, but nothing with the other two though.
That was kind of disgusting, actually.
I never watched.
It doesn't bother me the gore and stuff.
I never watched Cannibal Holocaust because I heard about the turtle thing, and I was just like, I'm not watching that. I don't want to watch it.
Right.
I just don't want to see that. I don't need to see that. I mean, yeah.
It's not in like all the versions.
They cut it out in some versions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't like that either.
I've seen some of the dude's other films, like House on the Edge, on the left, the edge of the park, or whatever, the David Hess film. I've seen that, and it's not exactly a great film. What's his name?
Degradero on the left. Is that what you mean?
No.
It's like the house on the cemetery, the house by the cemetery on the left, or something like that.
Last House on the Left.
No. That's Wes Craven. This is another dude.
Oh.
It's trying to be that film, but they named it something. The House on the Edge of the Park, I think is what it's called.
Isn't that a Fulci movie, like House by the Cemetery or something like that?
That is a Fulci movie, but forget the director's name, but he did Cannibal Holocaust too. It was like
Ruggero
Degradero or something like that. I forget. Yeah, but I'm not necessarily too ate up with a lot of the Italian horror movies. Probably my favorite Italian horror movie director is Lamberto Bava. I think he did some of the better. I think Demons is like probably my favorite Italian horror movie.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
And then I like Dario Argento. I like some of his films too. So, but
why you brought this up was I mentioned on
very cool
on
there you go.
On Facebook. I got added to some group, like a horror movie group, which they just had, that's fine. And someone posted about your thoughts on torture porn, and I was like, oh, I said what I said here, and then I said that like a Serbian film, I think it's a well-made movie, well-acted movie, and then like people started attacking me, and not just me. It was like and people was like, you everyone who likes these kind of movies need the Lord, but it was very weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could see if you're not into these movies, but I thought it was like, especially if you're in a horror movie group, to like think everyone's like insane if they like.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm just the guy who likes to watch a movie and see like the creativity behind it, and I guess there's like some creativity in how they torture people, but to me that's just like not what I'm tuning into a movie to see. I want to see storyline. I want to see
add to the movie. You can't be the movie, but I mean that goes for.
I think some of those that is like the main attraction.
Yeah, but I think you could say that about a lot of horror movies.
Yeah, but I do like to see aspects
movies with a lot of special effects. It's just about explosions and not the movie.
Yeah, I like movies with explosions.
I know that.
Jack, are you talking about a Serbian film or are you talking about Salo?
I actually like both movies, but I mentioned a Serbian film.
Gosh, I've never seen that. I tried to watch Salo and I was just like, yeah, I can't get it.
I wouldn't consider that torture porn, but it's well made, and I mean, it's not like a feel good movie.
It's creepy. I'll give it that. It's creepy as fuck.
Serbian film. I actually think it's a really good movie. Vic did a recap of the Serjan Spasajevic interview.
Jack, do you have any like I love cult horror movies, right? Not and by that I don't mean like cult classics. I mean like Ari Aster, like cult fucking.
Oh yeah. I'm actually trying to get him on the show. Actually, Ari Aster.
Oh, dude, if you get him on the show,
I kind of doubt it'll happen, but.
Yeah, he's fucking. That guy is completely just rejuvenated horror for me completely. Because I didn't watch like new movies for years, and then I saw Hereditary, and I was like, "Fuck, this is like so different. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time." Is there any other movies you would recommend as far as like that, like with cults and?
Well, I mean, if you go back, the original Wicker Man,
right.
But yeah, it's not really a genre that they make a lot of movies about, but it does seem like it's starting to be they're starting to do more. I have to think about that, but I like those kind of movies too.
I would love to see him do like a cannibal thing because I mean that's kind of like a cult thing with rituals. Like, you would fucking. Dude,
I love Midsommar.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Midsommar was fucking amazing. People shat on it. I thought it was fucking.
Yeah, I saw it. I actually saw it 3 times. I went to see it, and then I saw when they released the extended cut, and then I went to see it again because my friend hadn't seen it. And it was definitely a movie to see on the big screen. Where the hell am I? Oh, torture porn. Tyler Stevens, what guests can we expect for season 6 of In Your Head?
Lexar,
yeah. I have to try. I'll try to set some people up. There's a lot of guests on Without Your Head, just because they're easier to set up than wrestlers a lot of times. I don't know. Sometimes the wrestlers give me a headache trying to set them up. So,
dude, you should get Joey Janela on. I've known Janela for a long time. He would have a great time with you guys. That guy would he would give you an amazing interview. You should hit him up on Facebook, man. He's very active.
All right, I'll see. That would be fun. I'd like to get to, I was like, he's a guy and I was like old school guests and stuff.
Maybe not mention me though, because he's on bad terms with me. He hates me, but like,
all right,
he'll give you a good interview.
All right.
You could call in and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'll call in and I'll troll him. He'll love it.
Well, why does he hate you now?
Who would you like to hear?
How do you get so much hate for all this, Shaheen?
I don't know, dude. I created a brand called Nuclear Heat, and then I got it. I brought it to life.
So not only you got heat with George Janela, you got heat with GCW.
Not necessarily GCW. People that work at GCW, not the company itself. I mean, I've been around GCW since like day one. It's not like the Janela thing. I've known Janela since 8 years ago when he was training at CZW. So I've been busting his balls for a long time. I've had several shows with him, and there was a point where I'd say he got like skinny fat. And that was because, like, I considered him a friend. Like, I liked Janela. I would drink in the parking lot with him. I would smoke with him. Like, it wasn't a guy that I just saw. I got to know Janela. And I was out of love. Like, when I used to do a show, I don't do a show anymore as far as wrestling, but I would review his show, his matches and stuff, and he would listen to the show, and he would really get offended by it. And it got to the point where, it was this awkward tension between us at shows. And now that he blew up, like, he'll take shots here and there. Even like the one time and this is a funny story, Jack, you'll get a kick out of this. And this is on tape. You can go watch this. It was on a Beyond show. It was called, I I forget what it was, but you actually probably know, Lexar, maybe. It had the Hit Squad against Nate Hatred and fucking Nick Gage, Hate Club. It was a Beyond one. They did it in New Jersey. And I kept busting Joey's balls because this is a time when he was really standing up for Joey Ryan and saying, like, oh, this is creative and people are hating him for no reason. And I was telling, like, on the show, I was like, hey, I don't know why Joey's doing all this, weird Joey Ryan-esque type of moves now because the guy's super talented. He doesn't need to do this. And he got really offended by that. So I took my girlfriend to the first wrestling show she had gone to. And he came up to me and he was like, hey, man, I got something really gay for you tonight. You're going to love this. And I was like, weird thing to say to me. Hi. Like, that's a fucking okay.
Right.
So in the main event, it was supposed to be Joey Janela and Michael Elgin. And this dude, and this is all, again, you can go back and watch it. It's Beyond Wrestling, and he fucking stops the match. And he's like, hey, where's Shaheen? And then I was like, the fuck? I was like, here. And he's like, this is for you. And then he took Michael Elgin and just, like, made out with him, like, kissed him. And then, like, it was just real weird because I was like, dude, like, no one's going to get this reference. You did this whole thing for just one, like, that's when I was like, okay, this really bothered this guy to go out of his, like, I triggered him. Mm-hmm. So it's always been a weird relationship with him and I, but I mean, he's a good guy. He's very passionate. He's very talented. I'll never take that away from him.
I like him. I'm a fan.
But I mean, yeah, that's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
There's many reasons.
Someone said I was low. Is this better?
Yeah, you sound good.
Right.
I think it's about, it seems a little higher, but.
I just have the microphone here. I think it was because I was looking at the monitor here and my microphone was over here.
Yeah, like unidirectional or whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's crazy, Shaheen. Sorry that things went awry with you guys. But at least he called you out in the match. That's kind of cool.
And I guess. I didn't know how to react, though, because it wasn't the usual crowd that would even know me because it was a crowd that was coming from Massachusetts. It was from Beyond. So I'm like, dude, you're not even doing it at the right crowd because no one's going to even know me. Like, this is just a – and then it's funny because I brought in Michael Elgin for a signing, and I asked him, I was like, hey, you remember that match you had with Janela in New Jersey? He was like, yeah, kind of. Like, what about it? And I was like, you remember the kiss spot? And he's like, not really. I kind of remember it. And then I asked him, I was like, yeah, I was the guy he fucking pointed out. Because I was curious out of, like, myself, I wanted to know. Because I'm sure that wasn't something they planned ahead. This is something that Janela saw me in the parking lot, and he was like, oh, okay, let me go talk to Mike and try to troll this guy and see if I can get him annoyed during the main event. So I asked Elgin, I was like, dude, how did this happen? Like, did he come up to you backstage and was just like, hey, there's this one fan that's going to be here, and we're going to do this one spot for him. So he kind of just, like, laughed at it, and he was like, yeah, I vaguely remember that. And I was like, yeah, it's weird that you vaguely remember kissing this guy, but
you should draw, like, a picture of them kissing, like, to, like, and, like, you have your reaction of you just not knowing what to think.
Yeah, I kind of stopped doing stuff for Janela. I did some stuff for him in the past.
Jeez, sounds like there's some real heat here.
Dude, I got heat with many people in wrestling. This is why I don't like wrestling, because once you get in it like I don't know. I understand why people don't like it. Like, I totally get why CM Punk hates everything about it. Because, like, and again, I'm not in wrestling, but I do, like, merchandising and stuff. I still deal with wrestlers all the time. Mm-hmm. And I totally get why people become really turned off by the business. I totally get it.
Yeah. Huh.
Even that whole Cornette thing, like, once that's wrapped up, I can talk about it. But that was a huge headache that I've been dealing with for a year and a half now. I mean, it's like, who the fuck wants to deal with this again? Like, I would much rather deal with horror where, like, people want to spend money. They don't have to.
I agree. Yes. Yeah.
Don't have to deal with
my experiences. Yeah.
I don't know. It's
people are very more like to, for the most part, try to help each other out. Much more supportive.
It's brutal, man. Everybody tears each other down because there's not much money to go around. There's a lot less money than people pretend there is. And they all cut each other's heads off to get to that one spot, and that's just kind of what it is,
Lexar, what Shaheen brought up Joey Janela. What guest would you like to hear on the show?
If you could find him, Mike Tenay.
Mike Tenay. That's actually an interesting idea.
Yeah, really?
I could see that being a possibility. I like that one. And I think it would be a good guest, too.
I'm not sure if he's with Impact anymore.
I don't think so. I'll look into this. Maybe it's possible. How about Songman? Who would you like to hear on the show?
I think he was recently a guest way back in the day. A really great guy that we met a couple of times was Tony Atlas. I would love back on.
That would be
Wasn't he
fun.
back on before?
Yeah, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him.
That would be fun.
I watch a lot of his videos with him and Dan on YouTube. I think those are fun.
Who?
The MLW guy. What's his wrestling league? Dan, the one that he was on the show once.
Marati?
Yeah. Is it Marati?
Oh yeah, from Boston Wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh okay. I didn't know they did videos together.
Yeah, they do videos together, right? Am I got the wrong guy?
I don't know. I'm not saying they don't.
He can help me out.
No idea.
But he's the promoter, and they do videos together where he interviews Tony Atlas, and they go back and forth with each other.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
A lot of these guys are bored, man. I got a 45-minute sit-down interview with Tony Atlas that hasn't seen the fucking light of day yet, you know?
I like
a lot of these dudes, man, fucking, like, dude, Lanny Poffo, you know, like, you can hit this guy up right now. I guarantee he'll pick up. I'm not doing shit, man.
Steven, who would you like to hear on the show?
Well, maybe you could interview Trish Stratus about yoga. Just kidding. No, I just...
Oh, that was a deep track there, Steven. Good on you. But
that's probably someone Intra loves. He's like, oh yeah, doing the yoga.
You know I'm not big on Trish.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, Songman knows I'm not big.
Yeah.
Lexar's getting pissed over here. Looking over.
What, are you big on Trish Stratus, Lexar?
Well, what do you think, Intra?
Are you a big Trish fan?
I'm not used to.
Would you Lexar Trish?
When I was like 22, yes.
I just, who is that guy that wore the weird colored jackets that you were a big fan of, Steven? You used to talk about on the show. It's like some politician or something.
Oh, Don Cherry.
Yeah, I figured that would be your go-to, Don Cherry.
Orange Cassidy, dude.
I would love that.
He's from around here. I mean, I kind of know him. I could probably get him for you.
All right,
AEW do it. I'll probably do a whole
shows like ours. I know, like WWE guys are just like.
I think so. I don't know. I mean, I think they do shows. Yeah, I've never asked anybody, so I bet they would though. Vic Schiavone.
We're pretty positive on AEW.
Yeah,
just because we like it, not because like.
No, I do like it. Yeah, it'd be fun to have people on from stuff I like. And not somebody from something like, oh god, I hate this. But Vic, who would you like to hear on the show?
You never do that, right?
I'd like to see the return of
honest
New
man
Jack.
in all podcasting. The return of who?
He wants the New Jack.
That would be good, especially with the book out. Yeah,
but anybody but Kelly Kelly.
Vic was there. That was the worst interview.
Remember the Kelly Kelly interview?
I do. Vic was my cameraman. It's very poor. And I'm not saying the best, but it was not my fault of this being a very poor interview.
It's like, says, you asked this long question. Yeah.
Yeah. Bad times, and sure.
And then she only gave you 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
I think it ended up you can only talk to me for 2 minutes. Well, you get a lot done in 2 minutes.
Intentionally through the interview to make it just like, he'll never use this.
Probably. It was bad. I don't know. Maybe she just doesn't know much.
Just about anything about life.
She probably moved up in Intra's book now, knowing she'd gave me a bad interview.
No. I don't have this weird sickness where I'm like, oh, they move up in my book. They gave Jack a bad interview.
What a lie.
Everybody else there was great.
They were, yeah. All of them were very cool. Al, do you agree that Stephen Butler should use glory holes to stay safe during the pandemic? I do not. I saw this. Okay, they shared this on. I've seen this shared a few times. Whoever it is in Canada, I don't know, someone in Canada, they're like, for safe sex, like one of the things you should do is start using glory holes. And this was shared and in your head, and I was like, it's not safe. And so they started to argue with me. And they're like, well, of course it'd be safe because there's a wall between you. Why wouldn't it be safe? For the very reason that you're sucking on a stranger's penis. That's not the safe thing to be doing. Even before COVID, anonymously blowing people that you don't know in public is not a safe act. I'm just throwing it out there. I know it's crazy. It's a crazy stance, but it's not a safe act. Then they were trying to tell me, and sure, they're like, well, of course and you don't have, it doesn't have to be a stranger. It could be like your husband. And you can use, what married couple is going to put a hole in their bathroom door so they could have
if they already live together, yeah,
right. And then let's say they do that, like, well, this is the safe way to do it. The Mountie told me, and then they would go to bed together and sleep in the same bed. So you just defeated the purpose of not breathing on each other. It's not safe, is what I'm saying. People can do whatever they want. But if you're looking for safety, I don't think this is a safe way to go. Yeah, I brought this up.
Maybe somebody disagreed with you on this.
I brought this up to the people who made the movie I was talking about, the meat grinder in the glory hole, and they agreed with me. Not safe. All right. Maybe that could be the next round table, the safety of glory holes.
Okay.
Incher, who would you, if you were to the glory hole, what wrestler would you hope was on the other side?
Just shut up. Next question. Good Lord.
I mean, I think you could have said, Trish or something. It didn't have to be like Hulk Hogan.
What's she got to stick through? Women aren't made like that.
You could be the one sticking through.
Oh, I see. You're lying, though.
It's just like, I only accept.
Whatever.
Vic Schiavone wants to know. He's right here, by the way. What do you think Vince's plan B is if they can no longer tape matches in Florida? The boat?
Probably the boat, yeah.
I say go to the moon.
Mm-hmm. Get like an island. Like Dana White did.
Dana White's Island, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wrestle Island. Would you move to Wrestle Island? Alexa, I think, would just move there, don't you?
Yeah. I pointed it out last week when I asked if you think SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Royal Rumble and WrestleMania could move to Yaz Island.
Where I live, Incher. Starting August 1st in Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay a $500 a day fine if you leave the state and come back and you don't self-quarantine for 2 weeks. $500 a day!
How are they going to know whether you left and came back and didn't self-quarantine?
If you fly?
Yeah.
I don't know. I agree with that. I've said this in private conversations. I think it's going to be very almost impossible to they even said that they're working with the honor system. Now, who in their right mind would be like, I'm going down to the town hall to inform them that I didn't self-quarantine for 10 days since I came back. Here's my $5,000 for my fine. No one's going to do that. You have to be an idiot. So and it's if you're not going to self-quarantine, you're obviously not going to tell anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a completely pointless law.
Yeah, I think so too.
But it does. I wasn't planning. Well, I actually was going to fly in September, but I've canceled the tickets. But there would be no way. Like even if I was going to, I wouldn't now because that would be the way they would catch you if you flew home from somewhere.
Yeah.
Then they'd have a record. Like you flew out of here, you got to go sit inside now for 2 weeks.
Not that I'm like, for anybody trying to buck the system here. I do think.
I agree. I want everyone to be safe, but within reason.
Yeah. But
well, what if you took Amtrak or Drive?
All that, anything.
I guess you could trace an Amtrak ticket though, like that. There is a paper trail, but if you just get in your car and drive,
yeah, you're not supposed to do this. But yeah. I mean, I don't know how they know or enforce it, but
I guess like they could monitor your phone with the GPS.
That's actually possible. Or it
is.
That's all these people worried about a vaccine saying Bill Gates is going to put a microchip in your bloodstream, and then they're all saying this on their phone, which is something they can actually track.
They can track everything you do with your damn cell phone. What are you talking about?
I just like to think of Bill Gates. He's like sitting there.
Nervous after
he's got thousands of millions of monitors. He's just sitting there watching every single person in the world. Vic Schiavone just asked that question. Al, what are Incher's thoughts on Jim Cornette and Jack burying his boy Hannibal? I didn't really bury him, but I do think some of these videos are, I don't know,
kind of staged. I haven't seen any of the videos, but I did see. I think they're
staged because if they are a work with him and Jim Cornette, it's a terrible work because like he's talking about being a cock and then so the one I watched, I didn't watch a lot of them because I don't know, I don't really that interested, but
it's kind of like it's cheap heat kind of thing by saying like I could beat up Joe Rogan or something like that. Like
no, not even that. It was just like I'd be fine with that if it's entertaining or something. But he was like saying that Jim Cornette's racist. Okay, whatever. But then he started to go on saying that he's not racist. Because like he's dated black women and he had like a black booker and that it was this weird thing about he had camo. He says it was, I don't know. Did he wrestle in blackface?
I don't know.
He said I guess he did a promo against Haku in blackface, but he said it was camo. I don't really know, but his explanation of it made it seem worse. Because if he just had camo on his face, who would care? You'd have to be an idiot to think that's blackface. But if you literally had blackface on, that would be weird. But anyway, if that's a work, I don't think you want to bring up you and the other guy possibly being racist in a work. That's not like going to be helpful to anybody.
But I did see his thing where he posted like he had a lot more followers on YouTube than Jim Cornette does.
But I don't think that's like, and this is like, I don't really have a dog in this fight, to be honest. But I don't think that's an accurate
dog fight, Jack.
I don't think that's like a really accurate thing to even say because Jim Cornette's YouTube isn't his main platform.
Yeah,
it's podcast, and then the YouTube is used to promote the podcast. So it's like a commercial for the podcast. Where Hannibal stuff is, I know it's also on his pay thing, but it's primarily on YouTube. So that's the main platform. So it's not. It's also video, so it's not just audio clips. So I don't think it's necessarily comparable. But he does have a big following. You can't deny that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. Maybe this will be the new guy he can threaten to kill instead of Russo.
I think that's what he's wanting, ultimately.
Yeah, he's obviously not a guy easy to get along with.
He's just trying to catch the ire of Jim Cornette for some reason.
Yeah, but Hannibal did unfriend me on Facebook.
He did?
Yeah.
Wow. Because you said that?
Yeah, I honestly, if I buried somebody, I would say it. I don't think what I said buried. I just thought the video wasn't very good.
Are you mad at him now?
No.
Well, you should be.
I know I should be eaten up with hatred.
Yeah. It makes for good segments on the show.
Okay, Incher. Sometimes I'll exaggerate here to be fun on the show and have a good time.
That sounds like somebody else I know.
But this is a true statement. I do not have time for hatred and negativity. My life in the last year and a half is much better. You put all that away and focus on what's good and positive in your life. Yeah, that's my message for everyone out there. The negativity is a time eater. It can waste all your time and energy. So get rid of that. Dobbs wants to know, was Inter impressed with the Xbox game event a few days ago? I thought it was weak, even though they had Fable.
I haven't seen it.
The fuck is Fable?
Fable is a RPG kind of game that's kind of like one of Xbox bread and butter kind of games. But
my boy Joe Rogan said that's a waste of time.
Fuck Joe Rogan. I don't know. I mean,
I'm just kidding.
Joe, I mean, it's just fine if Joe Rogan doesn't like video games, but whatever. I mean, I think Anthony Cumia was talking about playing video games on his show, and Joe really didn't say nothing to him. Like, you didn't go, that's a waste of time, Anthony. So, whatever. If that's his feelings, that's his feelings. He has a right to his opinion. Or should I go the other way and say, I'm going to beat the hell out of that man for hating video games? Just put us over so we can get hits.
What do you think about video games, Lexar? You a video game man?
Yeah, Lexar's a video game man. He was talking about playing the Playboy game for the.
Yeah, but that's just because he's a pervert.
Oh, you hurt Lexar's feelings, Jack.
He knows I love Lexar.
Look at him. He's sad now.
You know I love you, Lexar. You're my buddy, my pal, my amigo, my compadre, my confidant. I wished I dedicated the whole show, a 4-hour show last week, to you and your birthday. No one else did that, did they? Intra was totally against it, but I was like, let's do it.
That's a lie. It's a joke. Nobody was more for making the show about you.
Well, I was definitely more for it, but Intra did not deny it.
Nobody was more for the show being about your birthday. I was like, whenever I logged on last week on Zoom, Jack was like, I don't care if it's anybody's birthday this week. We're not talking about it. I was like, but it's Lexar's birthday.
That's the most dishonest man in all of podcasting, Lexar. You know me, and Lexar. I would never deny your birthday.
Jack.
Who was here the week before?
People of the Headyverse.
Who was here the week before to promote your birthday the week after?
The people of the Headyverse.
Me. Where was he? Who knows?
People of the Headyverse, would I lie to you?
You both should take a lie
detector joke for everybody.
All right.
Whenever
my lie detector's test, boom, passed it. Most honest man in all podcasting.
One of my favorite jokes on Spaceballs is when the dad gets dark helmet. Come on, Spaceballs. Yeah, how do you not like Spaceballs?
Sucks.
You don't have a humor. I mean,
sucks.
Lord Helmet or whatever his name is, Dark Helmet. That's hilarious. Rick Moranis. Yeah. He's looking at he's pretending to be the father to Princess Vespa.
It's not obvious enough. You're gonna try to explain to me the humor in Spaceballs.
I'm trying to explain what I just did. The dad looks at her and he's like, "Would I lie to you?" And then he looks left because they say how to tell if somebody's lying is they look left. It's a very subtle joke. I don't think many people get.
That is what Spaceballs is known for, is the subtlety.
Mm-hmm. See, there's subtlety. And there's like the big humor in it as well. I think you're just mad because my Schwartz is bigger than yours, Jack.
I'll measure it anytime. Imagine how mad you'd be. You're still talking about this girl voted against you like 20 years ago.
I really don't care about such petty things.
I don't believe that for a second.
How can you not like Spaceballs, though?
I think it's dumb.
It's a fun movie.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I hate Spaceballs also.
Thank you.
Nobody's looking for your answer, Shaheen.
I'm just saying, dude.
Who was looking for Shaheen's answer on this topic? Not Steven. Vic's definitely not looking for it. He's looking at his phone. Lexar's making faces.
Dude,
and Songman's just happy.
Who's the director of that movie? What was his name?
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks made 3 good movies and then
Honestly, I don't even get the sense of humor at all, man. It's too old for me. Like, and everyone's gonna hate me for it.
Jack's just a comic genius who can judge Mel Brooks. He's like, he never made anything good past this.
Kind of blows, dude. It's fucking...
I agree. I'm
made a lot of good stuff. He made Get Smart.
It's like dad jokes, you know? It's like dad jokes times.
You don't know what you're talking about, Gene. Just
dude, it's subjective. You're allowed to have opinions. Like,
sit there and draw your little pictures.
You know? That's what I am doing, you know? It's subjective. You know?
Mm-hmm. We're combing the desert. Here's a comb. Wow.
Right. Like terrible dad jokes. Not even dad jokes.
Well, they all can't be knocked out of the park. I mean, some of them are bad jokes, but
Carrot Top is funnier than that shit.
Oh, come on!
I would rather watch Carrot Top.
I mean, stupid fucking props.
Where were we? The hell are we here?
You're crazy though, Jack. You need to just
the shit
watch
movie
stuff and have
anything that doesn't.
You're just not a fan of
any Mel Brooks movie that doesn't involve Gene Wilder is the shits.
You're just not a fan of fun.
Dobbs Dean Maya.
You don't like the Robin
Men in Tights?
Men in Tights?
No, it fucking sucked.
It sucked too, dude. It was terrible.
It was funny. Tells Little John to stand up and then blinking. It's good stuff. The camera comes through the fucking... And that's one of the subtle jokes that probably many people don't get. Is like the scene before is the camera like coming like zooming into this picture window, and then they skip to the next scene and they're like doing the scene, and then the camera pops through like breaking the third wall there. That was funny.
Don't tell me you like Dracula Dead and Loving It.
I've never seen it. I can't really talk about that, but never seen it.
He did Young Frankenstein, right?
Yeah, Young Frankenstein's great.
So that was good. That's one of his only good.
Anything with Gene Wilder. The producers, Young Frankenstein.
I like Gene Wilder. I'm a fan of Gene Wilder. He's one of my favorite actors.
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. Honeymoon, I think, is an underrated film. I think people should watch that. But, Jack, you're just a fair weather fan is what you are.
I've never liked the movie, so I could be a fair weather fan. I would have to like it first.
Blazers is good. Blazing Saddles is good.
Yes, the movies he made with Gene Wilder are fantastic. The other ones are garbage.
Well,
good. I like silent movie.
Vic likes silent movie.
It's better than Spaceballs.
There you go. Your boy's disagreeing with you. Does that stick a hair up your ass or whatever?
No. I'm not the man who's all bent out of shape. Just because he likes
crap. You
are.
You just come on here and smile, and then you get off, and you're like, that motherfucker. You know you do. You start typing up LeBlue Guy. You're like, listen to what he did, LeBlue Guy. And LeBlue Guy's like, I'll bury that motherfucker.
Is that what you do with brains? So you just assume everyone else does?
Never. Well, he did text me, and we had a conversation about you and your lack of knowledge of old CRT televisions.
That might be the biggest thing, the biggest loser thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting hobby.
You had a conversation with somebody because they didn't know about CRT televisions?
Your lack of knowledge of it, because you were like, you're so against me on this VHS thing. VHS
sucks.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, if you display it on a current HD television, it is bad, but
it's bad on any television. I agree. It's not less bad. I didn't disagree with that. It's less bad, but it's still not good.
Mm-hmm.
Watching a VHS tape on an old television, it still looks bad. Does it look not as bad? Sure, but it doesn't look good.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, Beta was supposed to, like, Beta, I hear, is like superior to VHS, but it kind of lost because it was a cheaper, VHS was cheaper to buy.
Yeah. Man.
Well, fellas,
No, you're not going nowhere. You're staying here.
Good night, Steven.
Yes, I'm about to tap out faster.
He's gotta go.
Bobby laughs.
He's gotta go drill a hole in the bathroom door.
All righty, Steven.
Have a good night, everybody.
I'm not going to make a lewd comment your way. Good night.
Good night.
Unlike the man who's filled with love over there.
What? There's nothing wrong with a married couple having sex insurance. It's pretty common.
You're like, go drill a hole in your wall there, Steven.
It was a callback to a previous segment on the show.
You're so hateful.
I know it's not as funny as a comb going through the desert, but
whatever. Mel Brooks is a legend. He's great, comedic legend. You're just a fan of hating stuff.
I interviewed his son, Max Brooks.
Yeah.
What does his dad socks?
What was that?
You told him his dad socks.
No, I didn't bring up his dad because I'm sure everyone else does.
Because you're like that pussy Joe Rogan who doesn't bring up his true feelings whenever they have people on the phone.
If he brought up his dad, I'd just be like, well, he made 3 good movies.
No, you wouldn't. You'd sit there and say, oh, yeah, I like them all.
No, I never say I like something I don't like. I wouldn't say like I hated it to his son, but I wouldn't.
You say you like
around
me
these
all the
things.
time, and that's not true.
You say what?
You say you like me all the time, and that's not true.
I never say I like you. I love you.
No, yeah. There you go.
That's a virtual hug.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you're heated tonight.
No, I'm not.
See, even there, he's got to be disagreeable.
I'm just sick of
I'm not.
bullshit.
Just sick of your bullshit, motherfucker.
Yeah, you are. You're just spewing a bunch of bullshit here tonight. You're saying you don't like Spaceballs. Go watch.
I don't like it. It sucks.
You're still mad about Spaceballs.
I am. You need to watch it again, damn it.
You can tell from his facial expressions he's actually Spaceballs.
You have a Spaceballs tattoo?
He's seen it once, and he's just
I've seen it a couple times, but why would I watch it if I don't like it?
It's funny. It's got funny parts in it. Rick Moranis.
Then you watch it and enjoy it. I don't like it, so I don't watch it.
No, whatever.
You're
such a killjoy. You're just like, oh, Spaceballs.
It does suck. I don't understand people who would watch something they don't like over the time. I didn't say you can't talk about it.
Anything about it.
I've never said you can't talk about it. I just said I think it stinks.
Killjoy.
If you think stupid humor, if that makes you laugh, I mean, more power to you. I don't know.
Well, he's a multimillionaire, so what do you got to say?
What's that to do with anything?
It means he's successful. It means he makes pictures that people like.
So Transformers are the best movies ever made?
Vic is trying to say something. I can't even.
I just said he made all his money on the other movies. That was
No.
Right. And then he brings him back to bring him to do plays to make more money. He's like, oh, yeah, these were the good ones. Now let's do them again.
Then why would anybody give him money to make movies then? He has producers who give him money.
So no movie that's made has been bad because someone gave him money to make a movie.
And he is Mel Brooks. He has a name.
Yes, he is Mel Brooks because he made Young Frankenstein, the producers, and Blazing Saddles. And then he lived off those for the rest of his time.
Oh, whatever. People love Spaceballs. I don't see how you can deny that.
I didn't deny it. I said I don't like it. I didn't deny anyone else doesn't like it. That is a problem I have with Jim Cornette. Because if you don't like something, that's totally fine. But then to claim everyone else doesn't like it because you personally don't like it is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like you claim everyone hates Orange Cassidy or everyone hates everyone he doesn't like, and it's like, well, that's not correct. Watch your show when there's crowds. People obviously like these people.
Inter, most of the times when you get pissed off at the show, I mean, I don't agree with it because it's like busting balls. You know what I mean? Hi there. But like, I get it because like it'll be like fucking 3 hours of you shitting your pants jokes. Like, I get it. I would be mad at that. This time, getting mad over Spaceballs, dude. It's next level fucking like this is actually insanity this time.
Just come out and learn how to shoot some guns with me, Shaheen.
Dude, you're actually mad. Like I'm looking at your video and I can tell you're actually legit.
Would you shoot
that, or I'm a great actor?
Would you shoot me over not liking Spaceballs?
Fair enough.
Would you shoot me because I don't like Spaceballs?
No, it's just like you don't know how many times I try to talk about something and you just sit there and go blah, and it's just like, fuck, can I not talk about something?
I never stopped you talking about it.
But you pretty much do though, because you're such a killjoy with any fucking movie. You're always like, Spaceball sucks.
It does suck.
It's just like, fuck, can I not share some of my fucking opinions about fucking Spaceballs?
No one stopped you. No one stopped you from saying you liked it.
It's just you. You're always like, I hate Wes Anderson films.
I've never said that. I've never said I hated Wes Anderson. I don't like that movie. It don't mean I hate all Wes Anderson.
I fucking hate that. Don't even talk about it.
Now you're just
you have no right to even speak about something on this show because I don't like it.
You're just. Have you lost your mind or something?
Yeah. Yes. You do like just totally shut on stuff sometimes. Whenever I'm just trying to share a few little thoughts about something, you're just like,
nobody stopped you. But I'm not going to say I like something I didn't like. I think it's a bad movie.
My name's Incha, and I need to go on the head.
I really need
talk
a song
about
right
my
now.
movie Spaceballs.
Let's hear a song.
Because I know for sure this is gonna make a perfect call. But when I heard Jackie Jones, this movie sucked. My reaction to this would be, oh fuck. My reaction got no luck.
What if they make another sequel to Spaceballs?
Huh?
How do you feel? What if they make a sequel to Spaceballs or remake of Spaceballs?
Well, I heard like Rick Moranis' idea was like Spaceballs, Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2. And I thought that was kind of a funny catchphrase for it. Like, because they totally missed the second one.
Okay,
don't laugh. He's just Rick Moranis.
I just nodded. I don't know what am I.
He's a comic genius. Okay, whatever.
Roll around on the floor.
Everybody just doesn't just tunes me the fuck out.
What are we supposed to do? We heard it. No,
everybody just sits there. I mean, what? Do you want me to quit? I mean, what?
What are you talking about?
What the hell are you? It was funny that he said it's the search for Spaceballs 2. It wasn't the Spaceballs 3.
We get the joke. You don't have to explain it. It was very obvious. It was called Spaceballs because there was Star Wars, and now it's like Star Wars. It's in space and it's balls.
The Star Trek.
You didn't even hear the joke, though, did you?
I heard it, but I don't. What am I supposed to do? Just start rolling around?
At least say, "Oh, that's pretty good." You can't even get that.
Okay, I got it. Okay, cool. All right. I thought they'd play off Empire Strikes Back.
Well, they're kind of doing like the search for Spock.
Right, that's
if they did that.
Right.
So
that was amazing. Thank you for that. I haven't laughed that hard in literally years.
See, Shaheen laughed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can't claim no one laughed.
Now I got the urge to watch that movie now.
See, now look, you've inspired Lexar to watch Spaceballs.
Thank you, Lexar. I'm glad I can count
I'll judge for myself if it's funny or not.
See,
maybe on YouTube.
You're my favorite CBS sports analyst that we got.
Oh man, let's see. What's the chat saying?
I don't know.
Jason said he's sending clips of this to Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Or are you disappointed though when you're just like, the guy from News Radio is like this accomplished like martial artist guy?
It's weird, but I mean, I don't know.
Fuck! I thought he was just the goof on fucking News Radio, but he's not.
It's weird to think he's become so big, and he's probably like the most successful podcaster.
Yeah.
Got $100 million, man, from Spotify.
See, Inter, you should love him. You can't say anything bad about him. He's got all those followers. Yeah. He's only the biggest podcast in the world.
Well, that's why I was trying to give him some shit. So, like, maybe they'd bring us up, and then we make dollars. So, it's just a strategic move that I'm just trying to perform there. But he probably won't ever bring us up. So,
what if Mel Brooks starts calling me out?
That'd be great.
What if I fought Mel Brooks?
I don't know if he's in fighting shape right now. You probably win, okay?
I just got my ass beat by Mel Brooks.
Well, that would be sad. I think he's using a walker nowadays, so yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. He did a video with Max. It was kind of cute. Max went to visit him, and like they had to talk through the glass window, and they're like, and Mills was like, I'm really old. Don't kill me. Wear a mask or something like that. It was just a cute little video for people to wear masks.
Okay, so now you're putting him over. The one time.
Alwoob is intra happy to know that Dwayne is staying safe by wearing his Charlotte Flair mask around town. And he posted a picture from the Twitter, and it's a mask with Charlotte Flair on it.
That's the only mask he's wearing?
I guess.
Like, he just washes it and uses it?
I guess.
I'm glad he's using it. Yeah.
I got one with a skull on it.
Yeah. He's a creepy guy.
I also just sent for some new ones. I was like, I wonder if there's any Hawaiian shirt masks. And I was like, oh shit, there's a whole bunch. So I sent for some Hawaiian shirt masks to match my Hawaiian shirts.
That'll be good.
It's very weird. Like, I don't know how, like, I'm glad people wear masks, but it is strange that you go to websites and like masks are just like another accessory you can buy now. It's like you get the t-shirt, you get your hat, you get your socks, and you can get your mask, with the logo on. It's kind of weird to me. But, that said, you can get the without your head mask over on our T Public page. I should get some in your head masks up there too, Insure.
Yeah.
The Treacherous Trista shirt will be debuting this week on Without Your Head. And we'll be doing an interview tomorrow night with the cast and crew of Parts Unknown, which is a wrestling horror film. That will be a Wednesday episode. Parts Unknown. There's a lot of wrestling horror movies out this summer.
Is it?
Yeah, must be a big crossover between wrestling and horror. Dobbs Dean Maya. Ever thought about running down the street butt-ass naked and screaming stuff? I got a big laugh out of Lexar. I love it.
I'm just having dirty thoughts now.
Oh, okay. You gonna go do this after the show? Just run down the street naked, yelling, ah!
Yeah, not in the weather.
Yeah.
I could see Incher doing that.
Me?
Yeah.
That's just you just dreaming. You're like wishful thinking.
I love Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Are you gonna hold on to that? Like, that didn't go through?
I hold on to everything.
In like 10 years. Shaheen, fuck you. You didn't like Spaceballs on that episode.
I'd say fuck you for many other things.
I'm glad to hear that. At least there's better reasons than hating Spaceballs. As crazy as that sounds. I hope that's not the main reason you hate for Spaceballs. That's crazy. I give people many reasons to hate me.
Now we know why Joey Janela blocked him.
I'm going to draw a fucking the little thing where Shaheen's getting fucking nails in his head. Like, oh, this is a shirt. Fuck Shaheen. Because he doesn't like Spaceballs, little bitch.
I bet do you have like a notebook with that where it's just like pictures of me getting murdered and stuff?
No,
He's totally got a voodoo doll.
Well, Jack has told me that he has a voodoo doll of me, and he's like gonna like push pins in it and stuff.
It's not a pin I'm pushing in it, Incher.
Oh.
Dobbs Dean Maya. Actually, a friend of mine did when I first time I shaved the beard off. She wanted me to send the beard hair because she was going to make a doll, and I was going to, and I don't believe any of this stuff, but I was a little nervous, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to send that.
Did kind of scare you.
Yeah. What if there's something to it? Why take the chance? Dobbs Dean Maya. Why don't you fuck off back where you came from? What the fuck, man?
What are we getting that for? Only tried to entertain you, man.
Man. Al, with all the ongoing racial tension in this country, who thought it was a good idea to form a heel black faction? Well, I mean, you could still have black guys that are... I don't know. I haven't watched this. I don't know what they're doing, but I think the idea that you can't have black bad guys would be kind of silly. If they're like Black Lives Matter guys and you're supposed to boo them for that or something, then I would agree. But I don't watch it. I assume you're not supposed to boo them because they're black. At least I would hope not. I hope that's not the angle.
The angle is they're real cocky.
Right.
I mean, they're cocky, full of themselves heels, which is a lot more interesting to watch than if they were good guys.
Yeah. No,
because you got Ricochet, and Ricochet's kind of boring right now.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's obviously a very good wrestler, but you need more than that to capture people.
I kind of agree.
Because same thing with Finn Balor. I mean, I can't deny Finn Balor's a good wrestler, but when they took away the demon stuff, like you just had this guy, you flipped his collar up.
And they both got specials on the WWE Network, 24 specials.
There you go, Insure. You ever watch those, the 24/7 special on Finn Balor?
No, I never watched that one. I did watch one where he was like going back to his parents' house or something, and that's when I first learned his real name. So it's weird. Fergal or something like that.
Yeah, Devitt, Fergal Devitt or something.
Yeah.
Who names their kid Fergal?
His parents, I guess. Guess it's not strange over there. I don't know. Is there a lot of Fergals?
Oh, let's see. If you had to go gay for a night to save the world from an asteroid hitting the planet, would you do it?
On the asteroid.
I don't know. I guess if to save the world, I think Jack would be.
Yeah, save the world. Sure. Worst things that can happen. Please explain, especially if you're the top.
You can't ever be the bottom in any situation.
Please explain how your night with the other person would be like. Give me all the details. Whoa.
Well, you're the one who agreed, so.
There'll just be some hooing and hawing and the old hibbity bibbity and the oopity whoopity.
And the yeehaw.
Yeah, then there'd be a lot of yeehaw! Dancing jig.
The yeehaw comes with the O face, you know.
I think you all are just trying to get like Mickey James' attention on this show.
She made that song, but then she married like a guy from England.
Yeah, he ain't going.
She's the liar, Incher. That's the one you got to go after, not me.
That is
I'm
lies.
just telling the truth. You got to go after these lying. Is Incher going to go to Kroger now?
Kroger? No.
There's a quote here from B-Mag, in your head legend B-Mag. Steve tried one of my chicken nuggets the other day and said it was better than sex. It's called Mr. Frickles Chicken, and you can buy it at Kroger.
Might be worth trying.
Yeah. You'd be like, man.
I do have critters around me, so.
I don't.
Yeah. They're not everywhere.
What if you ate one and you just thought, like, this is just like having an orgasm in my mouth?
I don't think any type of food would be like that. But.
It's some good-ass chicken, though.
Yeah.
It depends on the dipping sauce.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of the chicken nuggets, Songman?
I'm a fan of the chicken nuggets.
Yeah, they're good. Lexar, you like them?
Yep.
I went to the steakhouse today with my brother, and he ordered not chicken nuggets, but the whatever. They weren't chicken fingers, whatever they call them. Chicken critters.
Oh.
I got a ribeye steak.
Yeah.
You got chicken critters. But they were chicken good. I stole them.
What are those? Are those like smaller than fingers or something? I'm not familiar.
They're just like big hunks of white meat. So they're not necessarily shaped like one particular thing and then battered and fried. They were good.
Yeah, I don't know if I like I kind of like the breading.
Well, they were breaded or battered or whatever.
I kind of prefer a happy medium in between, so I'd probably be more of the nugget or finger route. Like I don't want just all meat and then just like the breading around, you know, like and then you got to slice it to get it. See what I'm saying? Like,
so you want all bread and no meat?
No, I just want a happy medium in between.
So you want it processed, not like meat. Like the meat mixed together with the.
No. I want the breading with it, but yeah. You see what
Marty Van Buren wants to know: is Razor Ramon the best Cuban wrestler of all time? Hey, yo, Chico.
No, I'd say the Cuban Assassin is.
I know you're a big fan of him on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Marty Van Buren, is there enough diversity at the top of WWE or AEW cards? Lots of minority mid-carders, not so much push to the main event. I don't think you should just push someone just because.
Mm-hmm. They gotta have star appeal.
Yeah. Dobbs Dean Maya, am I your fire? The one desire.
Never thought about Dobbs like that. So.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
Tyler Stevens, can Intra cut a promo on someone in the styling of Stone Cold Steve Austin or Lanny Poffo? That was a really weird choice.
Stone Cold or Lanny Poffo? Lanny would be a lot of work because like you'd have to write a poem.
That would be more of a Songman deal.
Yeah.
Songman's kind of the Lanny Poffo in your head.
Yeah. But like I don't know.
Trick Songman, can you make yourself
Can you give us a Lanny Poffo style poem, Songman?
I think he's busy at the moment.
For the show because he's good with his promo and he knows whatever he keeps up ever since Macho Man had to let go.
Boom.
There you go.
Boom.
Yep.
Just like that.
Yeah. What's he doing there, Lexar?
He's cleaning the camera.
It's Lexar and his camera, I think. Is that his wiener?
No, that's his thumb, I think.
Oh, okay.
I hope it is. Just his thumb.
I don't know. Does it look like the logo of your roast beef of Arby's?
Oh, so you finally see it.
Oh man.
I think he just admitted it.
Where was I? Oh, are you going to cut a promo intro? As a Stone Cold style promo on one of us or anybody?
Let's see.
What?
Let me tell you something, Jack. When you come out here and you start talking about not liking the Spaceballs, that just makes me want to stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
you're on the spot.
Yeah. Because I love the Spaceballs. I think Stone Cold's a fan of Spaceballs.
Dobbs wants to know.
Yeah.
When was the last time you cried like a little bitch? Damn.
I'm not crying.
When we said we don't like Spaceballs.
That would be after the show.
So you admit to your wrongness, and you finally break down and start crying. And
I don't like chicken nuggets either. That's going to really fucking set you off. I don't like that shit either. I'm being serious. I really don't like chicken nuggets. Like, I just, I do like fried chicken. Chicken nuggets. I don't know. It's just like processed, just like all mushed together.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not a processed
idea of
food,
it is
man.
not really appealing. It's like, I don't know.
I
Take a moment, man. Take a moment. You can, breathe it in.
I don't trust anybody who doesn't like chicken nuggets.
That's entrance turning into Gomer Pyle here.
Hmm. What do you mean?
Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, I didn't make the connection with like Gomer Pyle. Like, while I was like, "Oh, Andy."
No, that would be.
I went down to Mount Pilot the other day and seen. I don't know.
That's like the yin and yang of Incher, the Gomer Pyles. On one hand, like I think the fun-loving Incher is very Gomer Pyle-esque, and then like the dark, brooding Incher is more of the Gomer Pyle from Full Metal Jacket.
Saying, dude?
What? What was wrong with that?
You
like the Gomer Pyle effect of Incher.
You think I'm crazy?
No,
That's
I
what
don't.
you're saying.
No, I'm just saying the different levels of your personality could be compared to the different Gomer Pyles.
In what way am I supposed to take this right now? Like, no, just go on with the conversation, I guess.
Well, if you had a choice, which Gomer Pyle would you be?
I don't know.
Dobbs Dean Maya, have you tried kimchi? Is it good?
I don't even know what that is.
I've had it. I mean, it's like it's like Asian cabbage. It's like fermented. I'm not a big fan. I haven't had it in a long time though. My tastes have changed, so I might like it because I do like a lot of things I didn't like in the past. Did Incher watch Plandemic on his local Sinclair broadcasting channel?
No, I didn't really watch that. I think somebody sent me a link to it, and I instantly thought, "Who the hell are these people?" And why should I take them as a credible source for any of this?
Well, it's just some random people on YouTube, so they obviously know. Marty Van Buren, if you were Billy Corgan, would you book yourself to beat Aldis for Sweet Charlotte? No.
I haven't been watching. Is that an NWA thing for?
I don't know what Sweet Charlotte is in reference to.
I think it's like.
Is that what they call the belt?
I guess. I don't know. Sweet Charlotte? Like, why would they call it that? Is that an event, maybe?
Nikhil Callahan's got a lot of questions here.
Oh, Jesus.
Shane,
help us out here. It's freaking.
You're checking.
See, Lexar's tapping out.
All right, Lexar. We will see you, Lexar. It's always good to see you.
Glad your birthday went questions.
Well. I'm good to go all night long, man. I got, I've had my caffeine.
All right. I've been making my own cold brew Incher. It's good.
Good shit.
I won't buy it again because it's a lot better than the kind I make.
What's a cold brew? Like beer?
Coffee. But you make it cold instead of hot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great.
You just shut down everything I'll say.
Oh, let's talk some pinball, Jack. Let's do that.
We gotta get these questions.
Yeah.
Though, honestly, I was a pinball fan before you. I remember back in the day on the show, I used to like going and playing old school pinball, and you were like, "Oh, I'm more of a arcade guy." And then you discovered how cool pinball was.
Yeah.
I mean, never to the level you were. But.
Back in the day, I liked horror movies more than you did, and you're always like, okay.
Well, I don't know about more, but you liked them.
I'd say more.
Well, definitely not. I mean, I grew up. That was the first movie I remember watching is Night of the Living Dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of silly, but I mean, you were a big fan, and then when you left then you pretended that you didn't like horror movies anymore.
I just wasn't into the current ones. I'm still not really into the current ones that's going on for the most part. I mean, they haven't been grabbing my attention.
Yeah, but you don't really like current movies either, because you really do stick to like stuff older from the past. Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some stuff recent, but not a whole lot.
I like to discover new things.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 from Nikhil Callahan. Do you think Seth Rollins will get X-Pac heat when crowds return? That's a good question. Will he get go-away heat? I could see that.
Who's this?
Seth Rollins. Because his real boring delivery on the promos does not excite me.
Mm-hmm. I bet is anybody watching to really hate him now anyways. So I don't know.
Well, he said when crowds return.
Yeah, but people watching his boring stuff now, though.
No, people turning out in droves on these shows.
Yeah.
Do you think
the ratings are down? Nobody's really watching it.
Oh yeah, exactly. So. Do you think a 30-day suspension for Sammy Guevara was correct? I think it's fine.
Yeah, I guess if you got to punish him somehow, yeah. So,
I don't think it's something you should just be banned for life or.
Yeah. I mean, he made a dumb comment, and it was several years ago. I think I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, and he apologized, and Sasha Banks accepted the apology.
Of that. Yeah.
I'm fine with it. It was a joke. Is a joke inappropriate? Sure. And he's suspended a month, so I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a history of this. And I think joking about something is obviously much different than someone who does something.
Yeah. It's like cancel culture thing's kind of bad. Just like
it was really the wrong word to use. I understood what he's saying. He said basically saying all I could think about is going and jumping her bones or something. That's really a really outdated reference, but you understand. Thoughts on Raw ratings hitting TNA Impact peak levels? The thing is
pretty bad, but you can kind of expect it, with
There's also a thing that a lot of people don't type. Ratings on everything are down. And you can't really compare any of the top shows to ratings of top shows years back. Because a lot of reasons. DVR, on demand, there's like literally hundreds of channels. So it's it's weird though. I can see why it's down though. I don't think it's a lot of it's not all of it's their fault. Just the idea of no crowd being there, it does make it a lot less appealing. Did you see Nick Aldis's comment about Bruce Pritchard? I did not.
No.
I think basically Bruce Pritchard's making fun of him, and he said something about Bruce. Again, I'm not really a huge fan of either guy.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing against Nick Aldis. I just don't find him very interesting. But I don't think he's like a bad guy or anything.
He did no-show us several times.
So. Yeah, that's true. Well, Bruce Pritchard, it's weird because I actually find Bruce Pritchard, I can't I find him entertaining in very small doses because I also find him very irritating. But I don't think he's a very good guy. He's a very dishonest guy. Thoughts on the AEW Women's Tournament coming up? We mentioned this before. I just don't think they have enough people to really do this well, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll bring in people. I don't know.
Yeah.
What was the main event of the first ever NXT takeover you watched? Good Lord, I have no idea.
First main event.
I've watched them all.
The first one I watched was probably Charlotte and Natalia.
Okay, yeah. I have no recollection.
Yeah.
Songman, do you remember the first takeover you watched?
I think probably it was Sami Zayn against who was it? That was
Nakamura?
Kevin Owens?
No, it wasn't him.
Sami Zayn.
What was his name? That's in AEW right now.
Wasn't Bo Dallas and Neville the first one that was on the network?
Yeah, that's who it was. It was Neville.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was the one that was like the big deal with a ladder match or something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's a weird guy. Because people, bring up all these other guys all the time that were big in AEW, then didn't turn out big in the main roster. But no one ever brings up Bo Dallas. But he was really big in NXT. I mean NXT. I said AEW earlier, but really big in NXT. And then, he's just a total joke on the main roster. Yeah. I don't know if he could be a top guy either, but
happens to a lot of people that come out.
Yeah, it's hard for me to gauge that one because I really didn't watch his NXT stuff. It's even hard for me to imagine him being a top guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I only really know him from his stuff on WWE. Do you like? Go on, sorry.
That kind of feels like what we're seeing with Big T, probably. That we're kind of thinking like when he was the top star in NXT, if you remember.
I can see him being a top guy. Yeah. I know people always talk about breaking up New Day and just making him a serious guy, but we saw Big E as a serious guy, and it didn't work at all. I don't think he was over at all until he was part of New Day.
Yeah, I'll see.
Did you like these tag teams and any memories? Rosie and Hurricane.
Yeah, they're all right, I guess.
I was a fan of Hurricane. Rest in peace, Rosie, but whatever. Billy Gunn and Hardcore Holly. Definitely not. That's not people I was a fan of. Intro, are you a big fan of Billy Gunn and Hardcore Holly team?
No, not really.
Mark Jindrak and Luther Reigns. I don't remember them being a team, to be honest. It doesn't seem like I would have been a big fan.
Yeah.
See, these are the questions I'm not so big on, Nikhil. I thought he had some good questions earlier, but he brings up some obscure freaking people.
Enzo and Cass, yes, I was a big fan. I think that they could have done a lot more with both of them.
Never should have made Cass a single, and
I agree.
Routing away, that was a big mistake.
Yep. The Ascension, I was not a fan.
I thought their stuff with the Fashion Police was kind of funny at times.
Vic, were you a fan of the Ascension? American Alpha. Who's that? I remember that name, but I can't remember who's American Alpha.
That's Shorty G.
Oh, boy, his career really took off after becoming Shorty G.
Well, yeah. It kind of happened during the COVID thing, though, when it started, but I don't think it would have gone anywhere anyhow.
I remember the team being pretty good. It was much better than Shorty G, and the other guy became Kurt Angle's son, right?
Oh, yeah.
Primo and Epico. No,
sorry to say.
Yeah, seem like good guys, but they've never really done anything that's interested me. Too Cool. I actually was a fan of Too Cool.
No.
No, you're not a fan?
Hottie Too Hottie.
Yeah, I wasn't. I used to be, but I don't think anymore.
All right. I like the Worm.
Mm-hmm. Otis took it.
Haku and Rikishi. I remember that. I thought that team could have done more.
Yeah, I agree.
I liked that Rikishi would drop like the bonsai drop, and Haku would drop the head on the guy. The Vaudevillians. I was a big fan. Loved their ring entrance in NXT.
Guess they could do it on the indies now.
That's true. They don't get sued.
They're just changing enough.
What was your reaction to Rikishi being the guy who ran over Stone Cold?
Pretty much like, what the hell? What? This is not a good payoff. Wasn't good.
No.
Man. Marty Van Buren says, you dipshits don't even know what the NWA belt is called. Apparently it's called the Big Charlotte River. Worst show ever. Just a circle jerk of incher hate. One for the dustbin. Man, he's a real big fan of this one.
So it's called Sweet Charlotte?
I've never heard it reference to that in my life.
No, I've always I think it's just the NWA belt mainly.
Yeah, or the 10 pounds of gold.
Vic's a seasoned fan. Have you ever heard it?
No, I always heard it. The 10 pounds of gold.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I've never heard of this. And I've been to the NWA Fan Fest a bunch of times. It was always referenced as 10 pounds of gold. I think they even did a book, 10 pounds of gold.
Yeah.
How did you react when Kurt Angle first won the WWF title against The Rock? Big fan of Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I seen Kurt Angle come out and he was facing Taz, and I was like, if they let Taz lose to this guy,
I would agree with that.
Going to use Taz,
Mm-hmm.
and then Kurt Angle became so awesome, and I was like, man, I just didn't know.
Yeah,
just didn't know.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they didn't misuse Taz because they really screwed him over.
Yeah, they still screwed him over.
Do you think Triple H is a bit of a dick because he used to run things backstage and you hear bad stories about him? Probably.
I'm sure at the time he was a pretty big dick. I think he's kind of toned it down, though. But
I think anyone who's made it in wrestling has to be a dick at some level.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on Impact Wrestling hitting 150,000 viewers and not in the top 150 for that night? Yeah, it was like number 200 on cable TV shows on Tuesday.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't even mention it if I would have just like, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too bad, but I don't know. I'm not one who gets really worried about ratings. Like, well, I mean, it's bad for anyone. I don't want anyone to get canceled.
Yeah.
But I don't think the quality of a show really reflects necessarily in the ratings.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because, I mean, you got to have, like, a consistently good shows to build your ratings, you know? Like, get people.
Yeah, and if you have a name forever, like WWE, I mean, you're just not going to go past a certain level. You know, you have a built-in fan base. That doesn't mean the show's great.
And WWE is on like a fairly well-established network,
right?
On the USA,
yeah,
network,
and it's
been around for years.
Yeah, it's hard for it to like all of a sudden Impact. Even if Impact was better, like Impact's not just going to suddenly beat it.
No.
Everyone's Mount Rushmore of the best ever superstars. Damn.
Mount Rushmore of the best ever superstars.
Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, and The Rock.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
If I'm just going like superstar, what I think like, you know, like a big star.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How did you react when you found out the late, great Chris Kanyon passed away? That was very upsetting. I was a big Kanyon fan.
Yeah, I did not expect for Chris Kanyon to die.
Yeah, especially how he died, killing himself, so he's very sad.
Yeah. Seemed like a really good dude, too. He used to call in to bite this, and seemed like he,
yeah,
had a good personality.
We were trying to get him on the show around that time. As a youngster growing up, what would you and your buddies do on a Friday night? And do you look back now thinking they were the best times ever? Wow. I played a lot of D&D back in the day. Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. I look back and some of the times I spent with my friends as being some of the best times I've had. Yeah.
It's good times. I've had a lot of good times in the last few years, too, until you couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Freaking vaccine out. I think that's. I don't know. I guess they're starting to get things in shape where everybody's wearing masks more. But
I don't know about that.
Hopefully,
depends where you are.
Yeah.
A couple states, no. Texas, Florida.
Probably won't have a shot unless they do get a vaccine eventually.
Yeah, but then there's the same people wear the mask won't get the vaccine because they think it's Bill Gates trying to inject them with microchips.
Yeah. Like I say, if you feel that way, I've never seen an electronic component like the size that can fit through a syringe.
Right.
So I don't see how that's even possible. And you're already being tracked by your cell phone anyways, if they want to track you. Stop being so paranoid.
Is Dynamite better than all WWE programming? It is, in my opinion. I don't watch NXT very much. I don't. I mean, that would probably be the only one that I would, in my mind, think I would like equally and on some level. But for me, it's definitely better. It's the one I look forward to.
It's a more enjoyable show. Yeah.
I don't watch WWE. Just the pay-per-views, and every time I tune into them, I just think they're horrible.
I will say that Brian Cage, being tapping out to John Moxley and then Taz cutting the promo last week, I thought that was really awkward. And
yeah, I mentioned last week because you didn't see it at the time, but yeah, I wasn't a fan of that whole booking.
Yeah, I didn't see the match then, but I've seen it now. And then, this week they had the whole promo where Taz is trying to dunk it. And it's
I didn't, the promo. I think he honestly did a decent job trying it. Just I don't think there's any way to really salvage that. I do like the pairing of him and Ricky Sparks. I think it's cool to have a smaller guy with him.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, did they kick! It looked like they killed poor Darby
Allin.
Yeah. Thanks for answering my questions. Love from London across to Sandwich and Huntington.
Mm-hmm.
Good man.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's a good man.
I don't know. Sometimes he brings up those obscure teams, and I
kind of like it,
really
but I don't. At the same time, I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I actually knew more this time than normal. Tyler Stevens, what wrestling-related things has Incher or Jack bought from the flea market?
Hang on.
How about Songman? You ever go to the flea market?
Not going there, no.
Me neither. Do you have any cool wrestling stuff you bought released recently?
Yeah, I think I've been taking a break for that one. Probably the last one was the Britt Baker shirt, probably.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
How about you, Vic?
Been a while since I went to the flea market. I bought some old WWF videos. I think.
Oh, nice. You have this Roddy Piper one? Rowdy Piper's greatest hits?
No, I think it was like the best of. It was Hitman.
Oh, that's cool though.
It was one of them. There were like three. That was the one I remember the most.
Where's Incher? How about yourself? Do you go to a flea market, Shaheen?
No, not really. I sell at the punk rock flea market that we have out here.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I would go. I just don't have one.
Yeah,
well, there is one, but it's like really lame.
Yeah, I kind of stopped buying like wrestling stuff for a while.
Yeah, well, I will admit I did buy some of the, but they're hard to find. Because I'm a big Masters of the Universe fan, and I bought some of the Masters of the WWE Universe figures, but I can't find many of them.
I saw those at a Target, and some asshole tore apart like every single box. And just, I was like, cause I guess you're talking about like the mystery ones, right?
I like those too. They're the like in the, I forget the name of the company, but yeah, because they put that's a different one. But I like those too, and I like them, because they have Masters of the Universe. They also have WWE guys.
Right.
Yeah, and it's the same way everywhere you go. The people rip them open and look inside. It sucks. But these are Masters of the WWE Universe, and they're made just like old He-Man figures, but they're WWE guys. And,
okay.
I had to get a few of them. I've only seen a few. Most of them are on eBay for a lot of money. Even the new ones just came out. They were on pre-order in Walmart, and they were all sold out like that same day. But that's my favorite toy line as a kid, He-Man. So I like them, and they're very clever. Some of them, like I don't know if you know Manny Faces from the old He-Man line, was a guy where he had 3 faces. You could turn his head to a monster, an alien, or like the robot. And that's the New Day figure, so you can turn his head and he can be all 3 different.
Oh, shit, that's nice.
So I think they're fun. They have like Sting, and he's got like a big scorpion claw.
Do you guys remember those figures that used to sweat in the late 90s?
Yeah.
I used to love those, man. I don't know why. That was a good gimmick for
like Max Muscle or something. Something like that, but yeah.
They were all like steroided out, like on fucking steroids.
I always like the cartoon.
I think I remember that
myself. So I always like that in the games too. Like I know they went like super realistic, but there's something about the more cartoony wrestlers in the games. Like I don't know, it's a game. It doesn't have to be like as real as possible. I don't know where Intra went. Maybe Intra went down to the flea market. We'll get back to these here while Intra's gone. What is wrestling psychology to you? How to put together a match. To tell a story within the match, not just, doing stuff. And I think it's still important, but I don't know. I think to a lot of the audience, they do just want to see, cool stuff happen. And I can't say that's wrong or right. It's just different. Tyler Stevens, what do you think Lexar got for his birthday? We should have asked him that. And what kind of cake did he get? I assume he's a chocolate cake guy. I personally am a carrot cake man. But I don't really eat that anymore. But if I'm going to, I would eat a carrot cake. Not a whole cake. But you get the idea. Clint wants to know, have you heard the new Siki Assad tune? I have not. Might be able to share it if you guys want to listen to Siki Assad.
Oh, no. Hell yeah, dude, please.
I can't. It says video unavailable. It's taken down already. I wonder if it's like really offensive.
Oh, you somebody's beat. Copyright.
Well, shoot, that was a big fail. I was trying to find a tape that I bought from the flea market that was like a Hulk Hogan tape.
Like Scotch tape?
No, a VHS cassette.
Oh.
And then I couldn't find it, and I was like, oh, yeah, I got a Macho Man lunchbox. So then I went to look for the Macho Man lunchbox, and I was like...
Man, you've got like pictures of me like an arm length, but you don't know where this stuff is.
I was trying to find it, and couldn't find it. So sorry, but those are some of the things that I bought. It's like from a WCW Macho Man lunchbox.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. Maybe next week.
Sorry.
All right.
I was trying to show some stuff off here, but
Howell wants to know, would Intra have sex with Nyla Rose?
Probably not. She's the native beast. I don't want to get hurt.
That's true.
She would beat me up.
Where the hell are God? Brian Matthew Clutter, your boy, Incher. He wants to know. By the way, your boy's getting out in prison in 11 years. Not Clutter.
No.
I'm just kidding. Buck Zumhoff, though, is getting out of jail in 11 years.
You're the one who booked him for the show. Why is he my boy now?
I knew how much it would mean to you to get a hero of yours, Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff. Whenever, this is a true story. Whenever I would post that banner of Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff, you know how Facebook will recognize faces, do the face recognition? It would always tag my brother as Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff.
That was a fail, and maybe their eyes are like positioned in the same.
It was an old, an 80s picture of him, not like a current one. But
like, why would it do that?
I don't know, but it made me laugh then. Now it still makes me laugh. But So anyway, your boy Matthew Brian Clutter, your young boy.
I don't know. Yeah, he's starting to make me question my decision making here.
Maybe you get the song, man.
I don't know. Songman's always insulting me. Like, you can't be somebody's young boy and be insulting the person all the time, can you?
I don't know. You make the rules. You're the man, I guess.
Well, it's your honey. I'm sure Spaceballs was funny because I'm sure the show was tasting so yummy, and that's why you're now going to be best as the 2021 Easter Bunny.
There we go. I'm better than
very nice
2021 Easter Bunny. So okay,
that was very nice.
Maybe Songman. We'll might have a job for him here.
Yeah. Let's see. Who would win in he wants to know favorite Lenny Lane gimmick, West Hollywood Blondes or that guy that looks like Chris Jericho?
Probably West Hollywood Blondes. I don't think that guy that looks like Chris Jericho was an official gimmick, was it?
No. Jonathan Jackson says that Joey Ryan brought the TNA ratings down.
Oh, really?
Owl, would you win in a hot dog eating contest? Who would win in the hot dog eating contest, Mark Henry or the Big Show? I think the Big Show can eat more. There's always all those stories about him eating so much.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, probably.
Should the WWE do an XFL invasion angle on Raw? If they do, they should do the original XFL, like the Memphis Maniacs invade. That's Vic's team. So big Memphis Maniacs, Mark.
They do. They need to wear. Somebody needs to wear the jersey with "He Hate Me" on it.
Jason wants to know, are you excited for Cody versus Warhorse tomorrow night? I don't know who Warhorse is. I saw Jason's not a big fan of Warhorse, but I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah, don't know. I'll see him tomorrow.
I'm excited, yeah. Interesting.
He's pretty good, man. I've seen him live a bunch of times. He's pretty decent. Small guy. I mean, he's not gonna not gonna impress you much, but he's definitely passable.
Should AEW book their jobbers against each other occasionally so we don't know who's going to lose in every match they're in? No.
Yeah, probably.
What?
Like book their jobbers so they win like every now and then?
Yeah, but you'd only do that if they're the same jobbers. Like, you wouldn't just have some random guy.
Yeah, unless you're wanting to make them something. I mean,
back in the day, they would do that on house shows, and I saw those matches a lot, and they're not very exciting. Like Johnny Rods against Iron Mike Sharp or something. Not that they're not good guys. They weren't good workers. It's just like, especially when you're a kid, like, oh, I don't care about this match. And they'd go like 20 minutes. Jason Mitten, he just says it. Al Ulb, will Incher start selling banned from Burger King t-shirts? You think that still holds up? Are you still banned? Do you think if you went back, they'd still remember?
Nah, I've been back. They don't remember me. They don't remember all the craziness I caused in the Burger.
Were you a big crazy, party guy back in high school days?
This was actually middle school, Jack.
Oh man, was that your crazy
when
times?
All the crazy hijinks came out?
Man, what's like the craziest thing you did back then?
Take the weightlifting pills and go crazy at the dance.
Whoa.
Don't you remember that? You don't remember that story? Told it on the show.
Oh, this is something you actually talked about?
Yeah. You don't remember? Like I did like a crazy dance and like I was all hyper because my friend gave me these pills that was described as weightlifting pills.
Oh, I do kind of remember this now. I think this was back when Barbie was on the show.
Might have been, yeah. Something's like supposed to get you all hyped up or something. Something
like probably like speed. Yeah.
Almost. But.
So you're admitting now that you're not straight edge.
No, I've never really been like I'm straight edge. But I've never really done any drugs. But I mean, I
just
guess
admitted to doing drugs.
They're like over the counter things. Yeah.
All right. Clint Williams, what are your thoughts on Incher and I winning the draft?
We did win.
Heavy duty stuff.
Yeah.
Eating up inside. That was a real reason I changed my life around. Was after the draft. I was like, I'm going to get healthier
again.
Then he posted. Owl posted a video to Hannibal. AEW announcer uses N-word on the mic. Pro Wrestling G event. AEW announcer Excalibur uses the N-word on the mic at a pro wrestling event in an angle involving Kevin Owens. Boy, he's really obsessed with Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
So this had to be a long time ago. Now, there's a battle going on, Incher, between your boys, Al Ulb and Marty Van Buren.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, apparently Marty Van Buren blocked Al Ulb because he said his joke was hacky.
What joke?
Here's the joke.
Like
Marty Van Buren posted, I just realized that crowdless wrestling shows all look like Impact does since they lost Spike TV. Everyone is at Impact's level now. And then Al replied, yeah, no one has made that joke before. Keep up, Grandpa.
Yeah, because I've made that joke before, I think.
Yeah. It was kind of hacky.
I made that joke, though, like back in the
that
days.
was great then.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
But now
you're not lying right now, are you?
I never lied.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Songman's beard's eating his arm.
It looks like it.
That closes up the mailbag.
Mailbag. Yay.
Letters. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters. Letters. That would be cool if we did ask people to send in actual letters. We just sat here to open them on the show. If you want to send in a letter to open on the show, send it to Neil Jones, but put like care of in your head under it so I know to open it on the show. 2 Campbell Street, Sandwich, Mass. 02563. We'll open it right here and live on the show.
Excellent.
Packages, letters. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to deliver it to the Incher Balls. That's a big fan of Spaceballs.
That's why he's got that ball in front of him. That's his Spaceball, isn't it?
It is very Spaceball-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, the dark helmet stuff, you don't even like that? None of it?
No, I just think it's very lame.
Now, you used to say South Park was lame, too.
No, I didn't.
You used to
that's just a total lie. I always loved South Park. I used to record. Starting this first season, I used to record on VHS and keep them all up until.
Oh, Jackass! You used to hate Jackass.
Oh yeah, that's lame.
Yeah, you still hate it?
I don't. I just don't like it, so I don't watch it.
Yeah.
If I don't like something, I just don't watch it. It's not like I have like this like plethora of Jackass like to look onto. It's not my thing, so I don't watch it.
Yeah. I think it's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed it.
Yeah, Songman likes it.
Okay. I don't care. Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as bad as Spaceballs, but
I don't know. I like Spaceballs. I think it has some redeeming.
So there's a theme here: Jackass and Spaceballs. You're really about the balls because there's a lot of ball humor in Jackass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think you would like Jackass, one of the movies.
Maybe.
I mean, they do some stuff.
Yeah.
He would probably dig.
Okay. I like Tom Green. I just thought they were just kind of ripping off Tom Green.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tom Green was different. I mean, Tom Green did, different stuff. He wasn't just all about like
getting hit in the balls.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I like it. I don't know. I watched a little bit of it and it wasn't for me, but it's not like I hate it or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Inchman, what do you think?
I think we can tune out. Say so long, happy trails.
Happy trails to you.
Mm-hmm.
Till we meet again. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everyone here. Shaheen, Vic Schiavone, the Songman, Mighty Lexar, and all the fine people listening to the show. You, Marty Van Buren, apparently despised this episode. He said it should be stricken from the Headyverse, but I thought it was a good one.
Stricken.
I enjoyed it. What do you think, Incher? I thought it was fine entertainment.
Yeah.
Man.
It's all right, I guess.
Man, you got the low T going on again.
No.
You got to get some of them weightlifting pills.
If I had low T, I think I would have hair. Right?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Uh-huh.
All right, Incher. Adios, my friend, my pal, my amigo, my compadre.
See you laters.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good luck. Just hit the microphone. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Use it two screens, a little complicated. But anyway, goodbye, everybody.